So let me move the microphone closer to my face first off.
Yeah, move it like a little. Put it approximately where your stitch is. Like you lit up pretty well from the TV. You really don't need an extra, you know.
Well, we're also not doing this late at night, so.
You really don't need an extra light. That's what I was looking at.
Let me get the game music on. Okay, now we should be good to go. Cool, so we're good to go, ready to do stuff. Nice. Alright, so, yep, we're here. Ready to do the next leg of the Nuzlocke. Funny enough, with the same exact team I started last stream with. Because my other guy died. Poor Jamie Davis. He's riding trucks inside. I never got to make any Highway Through Hell jokes. That was the really biggest disappointment, is I didn't get to... I didn't even get to make any puns off of it. I didn't get to Mallory to the back, she set the lights. Let's see where it's at. So, yeah. We're gonna keep going. We're on our way to Nimbasa. I favor City of Mine just because it has a lot of character. I like Castelia too, and then, gosh, whatever the... Is it Driftveil after that? I don't know. The city that comes after that. There's a line of 3 cities that are in the center of Unova. Where most of the business stuff goes on. So we're gonna go through this stupid sandstorm, which has already claimed 1 life. We had Jamie Davis last time, who was my Darmok I got because of all the things I could have caught in the desert that would have been helpful to have. I got another fire type, as opposed to like I could have gotten a Sanda. I could have got. I can go to a deep. I can go into a and there's a ruins area. I can go and cheese. I'm gonna. Well, I have to go there to get the fossils anyway.
So when it comes to fossils, do you get to choose a fossil?
Yeah. Yeah. They count underneath specialty of gift Pokemon, which as long as you can meet the conditions for getting a trait, an in-game trait or a gift, then you can take them. At least that's the way I like. You can choose not to, and some people do it like only 1 per area. But I'm like, gift Pokemon are so far in between them. Kind of like, yeah, you can get to them, you get them. But like in the case of like fossils, you can only choose 1 anyway, so you can choose which one. And I don't know, I'm probably going to go for Archon just because I need something fast, and everything in my team has a minus speed nature. Well, except for Hamilton, but like my Tranquil has a minus speed nature, which I keep running into because things keep being faster than her, and then she keeps getting hit. She needs me to Tranquil, I'll give her that much, but... And then my Cottony has a down speed nature, Jamie Davis did, but he died, and... I know. Hamilton has a plus speed nature, he has my special attack, so he'll never be able to use, like, Flamethrower very well, but he's a fighting type, so I don't think that's gonna be too bad a problem. He's a jolly little guy. But, and honestly, Firefly honestly will be fine because she has Prankster, so that means that she moves first with priority with status moves anyway. So, but like it would be nice to have something fast, or I could potentially get Caracosta, which would give me a water type. Just I don't know. I'll think about it when I get there. It's going to really depend on what I may not or may not find in the ruins, because I need something to deal with Elisa, and right now I'm not in a good position to deal with Elisa. Like, here I am with my 2 weak to flying type, and then my 1 weak to electric type things. Her and Mulgar are gonna kill me. And she's got 2 of them. So I'm not in any way ready for that. It would have been nice to pick up a Sandile, or a Dweeble. I've raised a Dweeble before. They actually can do fairly well because their typing actually does make them a little harder to defeat based on this limited Pokedex, but... Or I would have even taken a Sigilyph, because I could have gotten another Psychic type, but no, I ran into a Darmok that immediately died. So, this Nuzlocke is essentially just all screw me. That's what we're doing with this one today. So, I think this is definitely going, in some ways it's going better, in some ways it's going worse than what I did at White Nuzlocke, because I did my White Nuzlocke, I had less, like, type coverage. Like, it is nice I still have a fire type, but it's like, I had about the same amount of difficulty. Anyway, so I don't know. Please tell me you're not going to fight me. Nope, he's going to fight me. Alright. I'll be fine, but it's just kind of like one of those things where I'm like... So if Bianca fights me in the terminal, you fight me outside the terminal. He's got more Pokemon than I do, so we're gonna have to just type match the heck out of this. And of course he starts off with a flying type when I have my grass type in front. Sure. She can probably take one hit though because her defenses are actually pretty high, so we're gonna try and get a leech seed in on this thing. So that whoever switches in gets a little bit of passive healing. Oh yeah, Leer's fine. Because I'm gonna immediately switch out and not worry about that. Or actually, I mean, I got Leech Seed protected against the Sandstorm damage at the moment, so I'm gonna actually see if I can also get some Sunspore on there too. Because Paralyzation would be nice when I have a very slow team. It's okay, I knew I could take at least one hit, and I wanted to get that Paralysis in on there. So then I can switch over to Heal and potentially heal Firefly if I really need to. Honestly, when you have 3 Pokemon, you're gonna have to play the cheap game of let me just hit you with as many statuses as possible. Haha, and you're paralyzed. So since this is a Pokemon that can't really do a whole lot to me, I'm gonna take the turn to heal Halo up, heal Firefly up a little bit. Because also Halo has boosts, so she can heal herself if I really need to. So we're gonna take a little. Actually, 20 would probably be fine. She doesn't have a lot of damage. I'm gonna heal Firefly so that when we need to deal with Sharon's starter, which has the same type as mine, which has the type effective against mine, then she's full HP. It should be a Dewott by this point. So we're gonna want her to have full HP. That's why we put the Paralysis and the Leech Seed on. That way I can move around this a little bit. Let's start here. We always go left. Nice. And we're just hitting each other with the same move. I always love when things have like very little HP. I mean, like, you can somehow survive with passive damage, but I'm not doing it very well. Yeah, so going to do what right off the bat, so it's good because Firefly says high HP, so she's fine. We're essentially just going to do the same thing, trying to sell their statuses, slowly slow down. Biggest thing to fear about this is that Razor Shell has a high crit rate. Crits are obviously things you really can't deal much with right now. It's using focus energy, not great, but that's also why we're going to put Stun Spell on if we can. That way, hopefully. The idea is giving the opponent as few turns as possible to actually do anything effective when you have not a lot of options. Defense drop, not the best, but you should still go first in the next turn. So I'm always trying to heal some of that damage. The idea is that we just have to have Firefly's HP high enough so she can take a critical hit if needed. And of course it's not very good, paralyzed, that's nice. Honestly, Leech Seed is like very effective. I was a big fan of it when I did competitive because, like, in the generation I came in, entry hazards were such a huge thing. Like Stone Edge. Oh my gosh! Yeah! I hate you. She was at full HP. Razor Shell, and it's not very effective. It was a critical hit, but the point is that, like, it's not very effective. I resisted that type. And it crit and got for her from 100 HP. boosts critical damage. But it shouldn't. It shouldn't. Is it because... It's because it's low HP, isn't it? It must have Torrent active. Gosh dang it. Power-ups large have moved when at low HP. Oh, I hate you so much. So I'm going in with 2 Pokemon now. Oh, poor baby. Do I even have the energy to... We are 15 minutes in to this Nuzlocke right now. She was doing so helpful happening with the Leech Seed and the Stun Spore, really helping this team out. And I don't even have that now. I'm so screwed right now. I can get through it brute forcing the heck out of it, but my team's so small right now. If I deal with anything that they can't handle counter-wise, but I'm like... So annoying. How did I get... Like, the only way that would have killed her is because it had Torrent active. Otherwise, base damage, even doubling it, she should have survived a hit like that. Full HP. Again! Never mind, this run's clearly cursed. I was debating if this was worse than my white Nuzlocke. No, it is. Hands down, it's worse. I'm running out of people to lose at this point. I'm just losing them from stupid things that are like random crits or stuff like that. Because that's what happened to Jamie Davis too. He got killed by a critical hit at full HP. Oh, that's right. I have the most pathetic deaths in this run. We might have to stop being friends after this, bro. This. I was angry at Bianca because she killed one of my Pokemon, but now I have to be angry at both of you.
I was like, you don't have the thing where they held out to make their trainer happy.
Yeah, actually, a lot of people in Nuzlocke rules will not count that. They'll be like, if you get a survival because it loves you, it still counts as a death because it means you would have died. Well, it's like you're just not allowed to use affection. The reason you're so tough is the trust between you and your Pokemon. Well, yeah, it's because I'm leading them to their deaths and they're fighting on anyway. There must be something magical going on between us, because now we're down to 2 of them. I really liked Firefly. She was really important to this team because of her status moves with Prankster. What is it, Professor? Okay, the Professor's gonna give us something apparently in Nimbasa, but... It's probably like the item finder or something, but... But now I have to backtrack to the Pokemon Center to get her out of my team. I was most angry in the earlier ones, but now, like, I literally am... I've not even gotten warmed up talking yet. I don't even have, like... I'm just in shock right now, too much, like... I know, I'm just like... Full HP, critical hit. That's just... That's the 2 things I did. Her defense was lowered by 1 stage, and it had Torrent active, so... It just hit me as hard as it physically could, because like, I don't care if you're grass type, I'm determined to kill you. poor baby. She's dead. Yeah, make sure you close the door so I can't hear the dogs. But ask Mom if she's watching. My mom, for some reason, likes watching my suffering. But I have 2 Pokemon left, guys. I am 3 badges in, and I have 2 Pokemon. Period. Full stop. And I just got Firefly. She was literally in the Pinwheel Forest 1 city ago. Not as quick of a death as Jamie Davis, but like... Oh my gosh. Look at all these. I've had... Now... Let's see. Actually, I forgot to update my counter. Because I actually have 8 deaths. I forgot to count Jamie Davis last time. Because it happened so last minute. So let me update my counter here. We're actually on 8 deaths so far. 8 deaths, and I'm not even on... I'm 3 badges in. This is just kind of sad and pitiful at this point. I promise I've done a lot of Nuzlocks before in the past, and I've beaten them. I don't know why I'm struggling so much with this one. I'm just getting very unlucky, which, to be fair, is the name of the game in a Nuzlocke. It is all about... You can do it to some extent, especially with hard rules, like knowing the chances, and you can super, like... You can, like, go and check what everything has, and, like, you can research out of it, like, know what sort of things the gym leader is going into. You can know the level caps. You can know the minutia of it. You can go and farm for TMs and HMs and stuff like that. I like to do it a little bit more naturally. I'm not someone who's going to go and be like, I'm going to plan the heck out of my Nuzlocks. But that is kind of the point, is the randomness of it. Is that, like, there's no way of knowing. It's, you know, like, again. My Cottony was named Fluffy in my white Nuzlocke. It was a he. And I got him up to Skyla's gym. He got killed by like a ducklet or something like that. And he was a really solid part of my team for a while. And so I literally had just bought the Sunstone to evolve him to Whimsicott. And then he died from a critical hit like Air Slash. And I was really hoping Firefly was gonna make it. She was the one I caught that was kind of like my glimmer of hope when my team was really beaten up in Pinwheel Forest. And now she's dead too. I'm just getting repressed, man, on this run. I'm just getting so depressed on this run. I have 2 Pokemon left. And I have to go fight Elisa, who's not an easy gym leader. She's very difficult to fight with a full team. Like Madeline said, I'm going to have to go find the ruins. I'm going to have to go deeper into the desert to try and get some more encounters, because I don't know what else to do otherwise. Besides just grind the heck out of these guys and get them higher level. Like, I'm going to have to go in with, like, I'm going to have to, like, get Hayola and Hamilton up to, like, level 30 before I go in or something, because, like, I am in such a really back-against-the-wall position right now. Neither of them are suitable to fight Elisa. I'm gonna have to look up and see if there's any other gift Pokemon I can get along the way, but I'm like... I don't know where else to get Pokemon. I'm gonna have to go look and check the map and be like, is there anywhere else I can get an encounter at? In fact, let me pause for a moment. Let me make sure I didn't miss the rod. The fishing rod that lets you get, like, Pokemon. Because honestly, like, even I got a Magikarp, which I can't get in this game, but, like, whatever I can get that's a random thing out of the water, I would take that. Because I could fish somewhere that, like, you know, is normally inaccessible. I could fish in the city and get an encounter there. But I'm like, let me make sure I didn't miss where the rod is. Sometimes I do. Oh my gosh, this is really just not going very well for me. I'm literally looking up this question of where is the fishing rod, and this person has a thing on a Reddit that says, anyone know where to find the rods in Pokemon Black and White for a Nuzlocke, because I'm running low on Pokemon, and I'm just like, same dude, Same. How does Sharon autocorrect to coherent? That's not even close. Okay, let's see. There's no fishing rods in black and white until post-game? Oh my gosh. I can't get anything until I can surf. Jeez. I'm screwed for this run, guys. Let me check the black and white map. See the town map and make sure I've passed every area, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it farther than this. I might have to call the run at Nimbasa, honestly. I have no idea how I'm going to get through this. I already went to Wall Spring Cave. I already went to the Dream Yard. I don't think I can get to this location yet. Definitely can't get there yet. I was already there. I was already there. Yeah, there's really not anywhere else for me. I can try and get to the Desert Resort. I can get something in the Desert Resort. And I can find the fossil. That's about what I can do right now. I'm gonna go heal. Gosh. This run right now is just pitiful, guys. Okay, let me switch my Pokemon around. Let me give the Smoke Ball to Hayola so I can run from any encounter that I need to. That way I don't lose another Pokemon from, you know, not being able to run. Guys, this is really kind of sad right now. I'm very hopeless at the moment. I don't know how the heck I'm gonna beat this run. I guess we'll continue along the route and go see where Professor Jupiter is, and then we'll come back and explore the desert a little bit more. And avoid all trainer battles until I can get to the other end of the room. I'm gonna talk to Professor Jupiter, see what she wants. Juniper. I don't know why I keep calling her Jupiter. Juniper. I'm just gonna run from these for right now because I'm just trying to get to the other end of this. I'm just trying to get to the Nimbasa of the city, so if I need a heal there, I don't have to work on it. Flee with the Smoke Ball. Isn't it cool you see all like the industrial city and stuff like that, because that's the way you know if it is, it's very industrialized. So you can see like all this construction is they're trying to build pathways between these two cities that have a desert between them. It's pretty cool. Okay, let me just get over whatever I need to do to talk to her about. Give me whatever item or whatever you need from me. Yeah, you caught me, killer. Pokemon, I thought that you guys, that's why I want to see you. Okay, what are you giving me? Ultra Balls. Okay, that's helpful, I guess. Oh, I'm trying to enjoy my journey, Professor Juniper. It'd be nice if everyone stopped killing my Pokemon, though. I'm kind of beyond the point of enjoying my journey right now. Right now, I just feel like I'm, you know, in a post-apocalyptic war zone where I'm just trying to make my way through. Let me just find where the next Pokemon Center is. You want to put anything in the Discord chat? I am keeping that up on my phone. I just have to keep as many things closed on my computer as possible so this thing actually runs. Yeah, our mom set us up to go put us on this grueling journey. Like, I just love that our moms all went and told Professor Juniper, be like, give them a Pokemon and get them out of the house. We're tired of them laying around. They need to have the suffering in the world enforced upon them. I'm definitely going to have to make a novelization of this run when I'm done, assuming it actually goes anywhere. Assuming I can get past the fourth gym here. And they're Team Plasma people. Am I going to have to fight them? Screw it, let's just get it over with. Yeah, come hide behind me. We know what's gonna happen anyway. Might as well do it while my Pokemon are at full health. I barely have any Pokemon to take at this point, Team Plasma. I'm kind of seeing your point. Pokemon under control trainers just die meaningless deaths. This is why this game is also kind of very fitting for Nuzlocke. I hate these things with no moves like that because it just makes the encounters with them take so much time. That didn't do as much damage as I wanted to. Now get some type of advantage. Alright, good job everyone. Bubbish is a... We'll let Halo do that one. Hey, what's up? I'm depressed. This is not going well. Do you see how high my death counter is right now? See, this is why I need people. It's because someone probably knocked it at some point. Let me mess around and see what I can do. I'm also just talking quietly because I'm sad at the moment, so I can turn the desktop audio down. Okay, I turned it down a little bit more, so game music shouldn't be so powerful. Anyway, because the mic can get knocked or the audio can... I can move it close to my face, but just not by much. Like, I can do that. But also it's to the point where it's right above my hand, so I can whack it if I move suddenly. So. No, I'm not very... I'm not going to be very loud and expressive at the moment just because I'm sad. Now, you can call us whatever you want. I mean, it'd be weird if someone called me Cozy because we're cozy gamers, but, you know, otherwise I go by Dusk, or you call me Evie. Either way. You can call her Maddle if you want, or you can call her Fart Poop, which I assume that's what she's gonna say. Just call her Socks. Well, you left. You did leave that floor open for her. Yeah, I'm like, I know what she's gonna say. You left the door open for it. Oh, well, he gave me a bike. I guess it'll be easier for traversals. Yeah, you can call me that. You can call me Dusk. Call me whatever you want. Let's be honest, it's you, me, and my sister right now. I'm not too concerned about anyone seeing this who I don't want to see it. They have to find me first before I can worry about them doing things. Yeah, get a bike after my person died. Well, you're going to go have fun. I'm definitely in the position of, like, where I'd be like, okay, I'm going to go and do some risky behavior because I'm sad that my Pokemon died. Like, to be honest, I want to go and, like, write this all out in, like, a document, like, this stuff that's been happening during this Nuzlocke, because at this point, this is just getting tragic. I got 8 Pokemon dead and 2 Pokemon still going, and I'm about to head into a gym that's strong against both of them, so... I don't know what the heck we're going to do. I have Rollout on Hamilton, and that's it, and he's weak to Flying type, so... That's not going to do me any good. So we're going to go back to the desert. We're going to go and try and find an encounter. I'm going to head to the desert resort. Oh yeah, I did. I caught stuff. And I have been trying to train them, but as this Nuzlocke has shown, when I go to try and train things and grind them, that's how I lost 3 Pokemon from random bite attacks. Or critical hits. I went to train before Lenora's gym. I literally went and was like, oh, I have a full team, let me go train them just to be safe, and then I lost 3 Pokemon in the process. Then I went to her actual gym and lost 3 more Pokemon in the process. And then, again, from like just random, very powerful attacks. And then I went into Pinwheel Forest and got a new Pokemon. And I got through Berg without any deaths. I got a new Pokemon in the desert, and then he died immediately from a random Aqua Jet and Silent Storm damage. And then I faced Sharon, and because of a defense drop, critical hit, Razor Shell with Torrent active, he killed my Cottony from full HP. So if you die from a full HP hit, there is no chance. You are just going to die. Yeah, you can't do anything with a critical hit. There's nothing to do about it. You know, you're just gonna die. So this is what I have. After, Madeline's already told me the same thing. She said, like, yeah, you can redo, or if everyone dies, you can just keep going. I'm like, bro, I don't know if I'm gonna make it past this run. I don't know if I'm gonna make it past this gym. It would be fitting for it to end in Nimbasa, which is, you know, I do like a lot as a city, design-wise. It would be fitting, but also it's just sort of sad. So I'm gonna go and try and find another encounter somewhere. And oh, I'm going down with a fight, but I think I'm going down. And Dig would be a useful thing to have if I actually had anything that could use it. So I'm pretty sure Pignite can't use it. Be nice if I had a Sandile. That would have been nice to have. Instead I found a stupid Darumaka who died instantly, so literally the biggest waste of space. I'm also just sad my Cottony died. I really loved her. Yeah, nothing I have can use Dig. So ground type move, useful against an electric type gym, assuming you have someone who can do it. But then again, most of the things have Dynamo, which has Levitate, so it's immune to ground anyway. Yeah, it'd be nice if I had any of those types. Oh yeah, I'm fighting to the end, don't you worry about that, but... I'm just... full of so much sorrow. I do like the fact that you have, like, big highways. Like, no other Pokemon game has highways. Can we just think about how revolutionary that is? Okay, so we're in the Desert Resort. So I can catch a Pokemon here. And then there's another area underneath that should be the Relic Castle. I can catch one there. Assuming it's something I haven't already run into. Okay. I can ignore that from Dupe's Claws, so that I already caught a Darumaka. So, that is one thing, that's the reason I run Dupe's Claws in Black and White, is that so you don't keep catching the same encounter. So I can re-roll my thing because Gosh, he's level 20? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I definitely need to train up because my Pokemon are not much higher than the wild Pokemon right now. Okay, there we go. Now the question is, can I catch this? She got Intimidate. That's nice. I would love something with Intimidate. We're going to try and be gentle with this. We're going to go Quick Attack because Air Cutter can crit, and we don't want that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we're going to go... So I think we can do one more Quick Attack. I know this guy's going to die, right? I can try and throw something at it at this point and see what happens. But I think its HP is just too high to really catch anything at this point. But I can try. I'll try throwing a Great Ball at it. We'll see what happens. I also think it could last one more Quick Attack though. Is that not the most annoying way to break out the Pokeball is when you get the 3 rustles and then it springs out? I'm like, you're just teasing me now. You're just trying to be mean. Okay, let's try an Ultra Ball then. I just got some Ultra Balls. Okay. We got a Sandile. That's nice. We'll see if I can keep it alive before we get to the gym. This is actually, it's a good girl. This is a female. Would you like to name it? Mallory's not allowed to name it because every time she names something, it dies. But if you would like to suggest a name in the chat, I'll be open to things. Otherwise, I've been naming them against Gru. Okay, that's fine. Cry. I would do that because that's the funnier name, but I also everything Malin has named so far dies, sometimes instantly, so we're not going to take anything Malin names. It's no, for some reason your names are cursed. Because every Pokemon that you've named died first. So with the latest one you asked me to name Jamie Davis or the Rotator, and then it died instantly. So we'll go with Gru. That's fine. It's an androgynous name. I think that works fine. Now we're gonna go back and heal, and then we're gonna see about training a little. Actually, first let me save. So what nature do we get on this one? Okay, that's not bad. So, plus attack minus speed. I do like having speed, but attack is good for ground dark type. And let's teach you dig, because that essentially works as an escape route if we end up somewhere I really need to get out of. Yeah, we don't need Mudslap. I know, I'm not saying this is a entirely for you, Malin, but just right now I have to be as superstitious as possible because I am at such a not great point in the game. I need to be so incredibly superstitious. Malin named Squinge and Boof, who died right after each other, one after each other, and named Libra, who also died, and then Jamie Davis, who died instantaneously. I'm gonna try and dodge around all these trainer battles until I can go back and heal. Then after that, I need to train them anyway, so I don't mind. Yeah, Jamie Davis, unfortunately, I named him, put him in my team, and then he died instantly. He didn't even get a chance to attack. He got hit by Aqua Jet, so he didn't even get a chance to hit. Yeah, he survived by 1 HP, and then I don't have the EXP share yet now, so I think I get it after this. I think I get it after this one, after the city. But no, I don't have the EXP share yet. I can look it up. Let's see. Pokemon Black EXP share. Oh, actually, good point. Let me check something real fast. Actually, there is an EXP share in Castelia City. You have to go beat someone for it. So I'm actually going to backtrack to go get that. The all EXP share that they added later generations, like Kalos, is kind of something most people turn off for Nuzlocking because it makes it a little too easy. But the single-use EXP share is a very useful tool because then you can train things without worrying about them almost dying. And I'm definitely going to go do this because I want this Sandile not to die. I would really like to use it for against Elisa. So we're just going to walk back to Castelia, go get the EXP share, walk back, and go see if I can get something out of the Relic Castle as well. Because there is a fossil there as well. I don't know which one I'm going to take yet, between Archon and Tortuga. Both of them can be very useful. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to get yet. Oh, this Palia still has the smoke ball, right? Yes, okay. So I'm gonna go find the EXP share. There's actually 2 EXP shares in this game, believe it or not. You just have to fight people in order to get them, so they're not handed out. So, to be fair, in some ways, that's actually the, in some ways the ideal way to do the EXP share, where it's like, it's not, like, given to you. Like, it's a powerful item, but, like, if you just miss it, then you miss it. I do like Sandile is also good because it has 2 very good abilities. It has Intimidate and Moxie, which are both very good. Like, they are abilities that, like, either one of those is very useful. Moxie can be absolutely broken if you know how to set it up. Like, it's prime sweeping ability, but Intimidate's also very useful if you want to, like, you know, for pivoting. Just because you can lower the attack and then switch out. It's essentially the equivalent of a free growl, and, like, lowering stats is really the way you survive in a lot of these sort of things. So I need to find the Battle Company building, which is the main strip of Castelia. Which I don't know if that's here or that's the other building. Which building is this? I don't think this is the Battle Company building. I'm trying to remember where it is. I'm just gonna walk into every building until I find the one I think it is. Is this the Battle Company? No, this is where the Name Raider is. I think the Battle Company building is further down. Actually, while I'm doing this, let me also register my bike. Now I got a bike. By the way, I added my channel to have you as a recommended when I don't stream. Hope it helps, but we shall see. Oh, thank you! I need to follow your channel too. Despite being a Twitch person, know very little actually about using Twitch. So there we go, Battle Company. And I gotta go battle people, of course. Yeah. Hey, we can yap about Twitch stuff whenever you want. You honestly can do it now. Just at the if I randomly start shouting, it's because something's not going well on my run. So I'm pretty sure I have to beat everyone in this area, and then I get the EXP share. But that'd be a really useful tool to have, especially when I'm going to try and raise some new Pokemon. And to be fair, I should be high enough level for this because this is in we'll see based on this lady, but okay, level 19. That's not bad. We're gonna switch right around to Hamilton to get the fighting type advantage here. Even though I have a great fear of Herdiers after they absolutely killed my other Pokemon. Alright. Good deal. Next. No, I'm not being hard on you. I've just been hardened myself by endless loss. So therefore I'm a vicious battler now. Get a potion and heal Hamilton up. We're not taking any risks right now. I'm not taking risks ever. Not right now when I have so few of my Pokemon in my team. Alright, next. Thank you for not fighting me. No time for sadness, only wins. I know. I had more anger initially when I started this. When they were dying left and right. Now I'm kind of at the point where I'm just so hardened by loss that I'm just like, I don't even feel the pain anymore. I just feel sadness. And I'm just like, I'm just committed to stopping these guys. In my age-old foe, Timber, who I hate with a burning passion because it's killed 2 of my Pokemon. Yep, die. Hey, Helia and Hamilton are going to be so strong by the time we get there. Adopt the They're Only Pixels mindset. No, if I wanted the They're Only Pixels mindset, I would just play Pokemon. I'm playing a Nuzlocke because I want my heart broken. No, if you're doing a Nuzlocke, you're accepting the contract to emotional manipulation. That's why you nickname them. That's why death is permanent. You're looking for, like... Otherwise, why bother, you know? Play a regular round of Pokemon. No, we are gonna cut through this building like a hot knife through butter. Like, we're just gonna... We're going on a path of destruction looking for that magical EXP share. So we can go and give it to Gru and hopefully get her into a higher level so that she can actually help us in the next gym. Because she will. Being a ground type will be very helpful, and especially if I can get her to like learn like a rock type move, that'd be really helpful. Oh, screw you, Cottony. I had a Cottony once. I loved her. And she died. My best friend did it. So we're not really on speaking terms anymore. Alright, and then I'll do something about the paralysis in a minute. Yeah, once. This is where I would have my cottony if I had one. Revives are literally free money in a Nuzlocke because you can't use them, so you might as well sell them for money. I actually did once. I once did Nuzlocke where I just ran out of like money, so I started selling items because I needed like Pokeballs. Alright. Moving along. Next. So I definitely have run a Pokemon Nuzlocke before where I ran out of Pokeballs. Like, I just got very unlucky with my catches, and so I needed them in order to get more encounters. So I literally went and, like, sold every unnecessary item I had. Which was, like, revives, max revives, rock types, darn it. Well, alright. Well, we're gonna switch to Hamilton and hope he does okay. It's kind of the problem with a fire fighting type, is that my only... If I had Firefly right now, she could handle this fine because she doesn't have to worry about getting hit by a rock type move. But Hamilton is weak to rock types. So we're just gonna hope that we can kill it before it kills us. That's why I'm debating in some ways taking Tortuga because it would give me a water type. But on the other hand, it's also slow and has a 4 times weakness to grass. So I'm afraid I would get it killed. And Archon has an equally problematic situation of having bad defenses, so it could definitely get killed easily if it got hit. But at the same time, it also has incredibly great attack, and usually has pretty good speed, so it can be definitely one of those I'll kill you before you kill me sort of vibes. And it has a really good attack set. Archon is literally high risk, high reward. That's why it kind of suits it as it's Emmett's signature Pokemon, because that's kind of the way he rolls. But, like, you know, you're playing dangerously with this Pokemon, but also this thing can hit really hard. I don't know. Yeah, beat that around the chat. When I get to my fossils, should I take Tortuga or Archon? I'm not sure which one I want to do. And Basculin! You killed my Darumaka! And you nearly killed my Cottony. So I also despise you deeply. Man, how many Pokemon do I absolutely just hate in this game right now because they've killed my Pokemon? Okay, that's just rude. And this is my also problem with Aeolia. Has negative speed nature, so she should be outspeeding these, but because she has lower speed than your average Tranquil, these Basculin outspeed her, and so sometimes I just get flinched to death, and I'm just like, well, that's lovely. Loving that. I could be using Quick Attack, but it doesn't do a lot of damage, so I have to try and, like, whittle them down with Air Cutter first. Yeah, bring in the Basculin. The only Basculin I like is White Basculin because it evolves in the Basculegion, and I had a very nice Basculin White. Or is it flinched? Why not? I had a very cool Basculin White stripe in Legends Arceus. I think I called her Diaspora, but she was a Basculegion just because I wanted to see what Basculegian's female form looked like, because the male form is the version you ride in that's red. That you ride in Pokemon Legends Arceus. But then when I heard that there was a different female version, I got a female Basculegion, which was not easy. For some reason, it was very hard to find a female Basculin White Stripe in the first place. But, see, even if I use Quick Attack, he uses Aqua Jet, so he's still hitting me first anyway. Screw you, Basculin. But, I got female Basculin White Stripe to get into Basculegion, and I really like the female version of Basculegion. Of course, you had to hold on by like 1 HP. How many times is that going to happen to me in this game? Where I have things that just survive by 1 HP. This just feels mean right now. And there's another Basculin. How many Basculins am I going to face? And it wouldn't be a problem if they just had like Water Gun or something. But they have Headbutt, they got Bite, which are great for flinching, and they have Aqua Jet. They're very difficult to deal with at this stage in the game when everything has weak moves. That's why I was like using Firefly to fight them with the other guy, and eventually she just got worn down because these things kept hitting her. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Please stop flinching. Halo, I'm glad you've survived this far, but it really burns me sometimes that you have a negative speed nature, because it really doesn't help you a lot of the time. I know you're trying your best, but... use Quick Attack, and it uses Aqua Jet. That's just being cruel. Game, let me go first. Anyway, so I like Basculegion. I like the female form because I like its white, kind of looks kind of sad, ghostly looking vibes. And I had Diaspora. I really liked her. But Basculin regular form, completely redundant Pokemon. Especially because it again, it has 2 forms that are totally irrelevant. Oh, thank you. Maybe we'll give the Scope Lens to Aeolia so that her Air Cutter has a greater chance of hitting crit. Okay, so we finished this floor. We're gonna go down and heal. We don't have to complete the floors all at once, just when I'm on one floor, I'm gonna just try to complete the floor and move on. We're gonna be playing so stupidly cautious right now because I really can't stand to lose anyone, which I was already playing cautious before. And I just got killed by a random critical that I just could not have done anything about. You can't predict for critical hits. That's why every Nuzlocke, no matter how good of a player you are, you're always going to have some deaths because you cannot just account for the randomness of it. The random number generator, it's always going to get you at some point. RNGesus, as they say, is not smiling down on you. It's, But it is, I mean, it is the kind of the fun part of the game, is the idea, like, you know, normally if I was just playing regular Pokemon, my Pokemon faded, so what? I can come back and I can fight as many times, I can do type effectiveness, I can train. You know, I do like it when you really can kind of like push yourself. Oh, that's the floor I just went to. I do like when you can just push yourself and kind of go, like, you know, have to be a little smarter in order to win. I wish I wasn't being pushed this far into the corner, granted, but, you know, I do enjoy the challenge of it, or so I keep telling myself. Okay, let's beat the rest of the guys these floors so we can get our EXP share. Oh, I used to have a Woobat too. Until she died. No, he died. He died from a random, he died from a rock throw. Because he survived by this much HP. Like everything else in this game seems to survive by. Alright. Good deal. Next. I love how many Pokemon I can go up to people now and be like, hey, I used to have that, and then it died. Like, almost everything I can fight, because again, Black and White also limited Pokedex, but I like how many things I can go up to be like, cool, I used to have one of those, and then it died a gruesome death. And I was forever scarred by this. Like, this person has a Munna. I used to have a Munna. Now I named him Squinge. And then he died from a bide. And because I didn't have the smoke ball, I couldn't run from the encounter, so he just straight up died. She was great. Muna are kind of troublesome for me, though, I will admit right now, because they can heal themselves, so they can really pull out, making a encounter way longer than it should. You're not careful. Come on. And now it's gonna heal itself. Please just don't make this super painful for me. And it avoided the attack. Sure, why not? Yeah, and heal yourself again, why don't you? I don't have anything better to do. Why not? We're gonna switch the groove for this one. Hopefully she'll be fine. I don't think Hayola can take another hit like that. I don't want to risk it, at least. And if they just use Side Beam, that's not going to affect a Dark type. But the best thing I have right now is Assurance, and Assurance is not a great move in any way. That's fine. Yeah, I'm glad you did your new pet survey, Melanie. Good job. Pat yourself on the back. Thank you. Your Muna was very annoying to fight. Save. I guess I should have healed Hayola, but it's fine. Yeah. We'll eat Roost and then we'll go this thing. You told them that I hate them, but will continue giving them money. That's kind of like how my conversations go with Genshin Impact at this point. We're like, I don't like your game, but I also will continue playing it because I think your characters are cool. At the very least, they are aesthetically pleasing to the eye, and I will continue to give them my money in the version of buying merch for these characters. But I also hate your game. I don't hate it, I'll be honest. I've been playing Genshin Impact off stream, and like recording it, making my notes about it, coming to like, you know, kind of, coming to, like, accept its flaws for what they are and stuff like that. I'm slowly coming around to not necessarily liking the game, but being like, I can turn off my brain when I play this. Until they do literally any story beat, and then I get angry again, but when I'm just playing the game itself, I can turn off my brain and enjoy this. I'm working myself up to liking the game. This is one of those learning to love experiences for sure, but that's the way whenever I go and like do a survey for Genshin Impact, I'll always be like, yeah, I hate a lot of this experience, but, you know, keep doing it. Oh, this guy's the fancy-looking thing. I'm actually gonna switch Hamilton in for this because I want Hayola to be at full HP when we go and try and when he inevitably brings out a Panpour. I want Hayola to be at full HP. So I can switch her out in without problem. I use roll out very sparingly because it locks you into the move. And that can be dangerous. We will switch our Pokemon. Because then you're stuck with that Pokemon in, so if you need to switch or you need to heal, you can't because you're locked into the move. So I use moves like roll out very sparingly. But sometimes that's the only rock move that I have. That's the only rock move I have. And I just try and deal with it. We're gonna switch around to have Payola deal with Panpour. Because I don't have a grass type anymore, so I have no means of dealing with water types besides just hit it hard. Switch back into Hamilton for Pan Sage. I had a Pan Sage. I even have the Leaf Stone to evolve him. But he died. Nora murdered him in one hit from full HP. Makes me sad. I love having evolution stones for Pokemon I do not own. I have a Moonstone, I have a Leaf Stone, I have nothing that can use them. Because my Munna died, so I can't use a Moonstone on it, and my Pansage died, so I can't use a Leaf Stone on it. It's like, I'm glad I have these items that are pretty much worthless. I mean, I guess I could sell them for money at some point if I really needed to, but... Okay, last guy. It should be after I beat him, I should get the XP share. I think they look like a janitor, that's funny. Janitor Geoff. I actually have nothing against Trubbish, I think it's kind of cute. I just don't care for Garbodor. Garbodor, however you want to pronounce it. I say Garbodor, but Garbodor if you want to. Although I will admit, its max form is kind of cool. But Trubbish on its own, I think is fun. Since, you know, it's cute. I'll do more quick attack. I switch between the two because you never know if this thing has higher special defense than it does defense. And I'm poisoned. Oh yeah. The fact that Ileana, who's again a very hot-looking secretary woman, and all the rest of her Pokemon are the typical beautiful, elegant Pokemon, like, you know, like Lilligant, Milotic, Salazzle, like typical like hot, powerful girl boss Pokemon. And then, but her signature Pokemon, her partner Pokemon that she has since the very beginning, was a Trubbish. So her signature Pokemon is Garbodor. But I like the fact when you see her in the Twilight Wings special. You see her back when she was like just an intern. You should watch the Twilight Wings special if you haven't. It's really good. It was the thing that really made me look at Galar with new eyes and really kind of respect the region for what it was. Yeah, exactly. So we are going to switch Pokemon because she's dying of poisoning right now. So we'll heal that as soon as we're done with this battle, because poisoning is another way to easily lose Nuzlocke Pokemon. Because we're still in the generations where poison does damage outside of battle. Which is very dangerous if you're not careful. I definitely almost lost the Pokemon from poisoning this one. And of course it has Q Charm. Thankfully I already killed it. Thank you. But, yeah, in the Twilight Wing special, they show you Ileana before she, like, became, like, a big executive where she was just, like, an intern. And she also looks a lot nerdier there. Like, you know, she has, like, typical, like, thick glasses, hair up in a bun. She looks a lot less, you know, like, traditionally pretty there. And they show her, you know, she's just, like, a basic coder. And she's, you know, more shy. And, like, they have her with her like, Trubbish partner. And she's just, like, researching how to make Dynamaxing work as a feature. But I like that they showed that, because then, like, you know, later on when you see her, like, you know, as the full executive woman who, again, has this otherwise very beautiful team of Pokemon, her partner, like, her signature partner who, you know, she's been with since the whole time, is a Trubbish. It's a Garbodor. Because, you know, why don't poison types deserve love? Okay, and there goes, and now we got the EXP share. We're not going to use it for raising weak Pokemon. We are going to do it so I don't have to do as much grinding on stream. And also to try and keep certain Pokemon out of danger. So that, So hopefully I won't have people die while I'm trying to train. Okay, do I have an antidote on me? Okay, yeah. We're gonna give her this. No, I don't want to give it to her. I want to use it. There we go. Do that so that he won't die before we get to the Pokemon Center, and we're gonna head to the Pokemon Center. And now we have the XP share, so now we're gonna go back to the desert. We're gonna do a little training. We're gonna beat those other Pokemon trainers on the route, and then we're going to go to the Relic Castle to go and find that fossil. And maybe catch another encounter. I think there's wild encounters in the Relic Castle, I can't remember. But I'm pretty sure there is. Man, I'm seeing so much of the city right now. I've backtracked to the city so many times at this point. It's kind of crazy. But anyway. Heal up, save up, then go fight some things and get some more experience. Actually, let me go also check as long as I'm doing this. Do I have any other interesting TMs I can give Brew? She's gonna learn Crunch at some point. I was just seeing if there was anything else interesting I could teach her. Thief is lower power than Assurance, so honestly, staying with Assurance is probably the better option there. She already knows Dig. She'll learn more as she levels up. And then hopefully if we can get her to Krokorok before the gym, that'd be nice. It'd be nice to have, again, of all Pokemon going into the gym. Random ouch, someone ran into someone, I guess. Alright, let's head out. And back to the desert. Where Pokemon go to die, apparently. Alright, let's keep going. I do like the idea of Castelia, like, you know, this is the biggest difference between this and, like, you know, the city I think of as, like, the city where Iono lives in Paldea is supposed to be a bustling business city. Castelia does feel like that. It feels like it has the skyscrapers, it has a bunch of people just running to and from for the workday. Like, it has a lot of big buildings you can go in and check out. Like, it feels like a living city. The biggest issue with, like, Iono City in Paldea was, like, you can't go into any of the buildings. You can't talk to any of the NPCs. And there aren't a lot of NPCs on the, out and about, because one, the game can't handle it, because it wasn't properly, like, coded for the Switch. And it's also just, like, I'm gonna take, let me give the scope lens to Haelia. So it gives her, Air Cutter a better chance of critting. Yeah, we're gonna head for those ruins, buddy. Also, if my game audio sounds weird now, it's because of the sandstorm. The sandstorm sometimes makes my thing run slower. The extra data slowing down the game. Also, it doesn't find that Darumaka lives here, but it doesn't have an ability. Really? Darumaka lives here, but it doesn't have an ability that, like, protects it from Sandstorm. I always think that's interesting when you have a Pokemon that, like, lives in a certain location, but it's damaged also by the nature of that location. Games run those... Yeah. Even... Yeah. They chug to deal with those extra little pixels of data. That is sand flying across the stream, so it's... The music randomly slows down. I can't hear it terribly well from my end, but I'm like, the music randomly slows down. No, that's just the game's chugging to deal with the sandstorm. Also, imagine people that are just traveling around, like, you know, backpackers and stuff, like, oh yeah, I got Pokemon because people said that I should. Because, I don't know, the wild animals here are, like, ruthless. Like, think about how dangerous Pokemon are when you really stop to think about it. Like, you should be afraid to leave your house at any given time. But to be fair, most, you know, kids grow up with Pokemon, so... I love those, like, little Pokétoons shorts they'll show on, like, Instagram and stuff, or it'll show, like, that, you know, like, things that appeal to, like, adults as a Pokemon, where you're, like, it'll show, like, someone growing up with, like, one Pokemon. Like, there was this one that was of this guy who, like, he, like, you know, his first Pokemon was a Ducklet. So, like, it shows him as a child, and then to a kid, and then to a teenager, and then to an adult, you know, like, living with this one Ducklet. And, like, you know, how they grow together, and how they resemble each other, kind of like how people resemble their pets and stuff like that. I always love seeing, like, little shorts like that show, like, how, you know, when it isn't just, oh, trainers doing the trainer journey, but it's people that are just like, no, it's regular people living with their Pokemon. You know? That's normal and stuff. You know, they're part of your everyday life, you know, helping you with your dishes or whatever, like, in the case of, like, Ducklet's a water type, so it helped him do the laundry, and, you know, cute little things like that. I like those. Okay. Now we're just gonna fight all these trainers to get, you know, try and level up my Pokemon. It'd be nice if I could get Halo and Hamilton to level 30. Just to be on the safe side. I don't know what the level cap is for Elisa. I'm not doing level caps in this game, just to be clear, but I don't know. Like, I went into a Lenora's fight with some very under-leveled Pokemon, so I don't know how strong Elisa's Pokemon are. But if I can get to level 30, that'd be great, just to be careful, because I have 3 Pokemon. 2 of which who are weak to her Pokemon, so, you know, over-leveling probably wouldn't hurt anyone. Let me check. Does Sandile learn Taunt? Taunt is a very useful move, but does Sandile learn Taunt? No, Sandile does not learn Taunt. That's interesting. Okay, what do we have to forget here? We have Roost, Detect, Quick Attack, and Air Cutter. Because Taunt is useful if you want to keep something from, like, for instance, from healing, which is a big thing, or, like, using status things. Taunt's a good pivot move, too. So right now, I definitely am using Roost a lot. I'm not used Detect yet. It is also always useful to have a protecting move. Taunt's useful, but I think I'm not gonna learn it because I'm really just playing very cautious right now. I think it's better to have a protecting move if I really need to dodge an attack than to have something that keeps me from, like, you know, having bad statuses. The statuses suck, but also I don't want to be on the receiving end of a bad counter or bite or something like that, you know. Detect could also be useful if I'm, like, trying to, like, stall something out, too. Let me check Elise's Pokemon real fast. Make sure none of them have something like Attract, because that would be just a pain in the butt. I was originally going to be like, you know, hey, let me go into this, and be like, I'll just go into this blind, it'll be fine. And now I'm looking at it being like, oh! This is way harder than I thought it was. Okay, Quick Attack, Pursuit, Volt Switch, Air Lace. Okay, so they're all attackers anyway, you know. I just won't learn Taunt. It's a useful move. It is a really useful move. But I just think holding on to D-Tech is going to be the better right now. Because Taunt is useful, but, right now I think it's better to keep a healing and a protecting move than anything else, mainly because I don't have a lot of Pokemon to spare at the moment, so keeping things alive should be the priority. Wow, look at that thing chug with this sandstorm, man. And a Blitzel. Nice. Definitely don't want to be facing the electric type. I just never made the connection. I always thought in the card it meant you just walk slow. Like, I never made the connection that was the slowdown issue. I know, right? Like, snow and sandstorm, like, oh, I'm just moving really slow. No, that was the game trying to handle itself. This is me seeing that it has an electric type move. Okay, yeah, it knows Shockwave, so we're gonna switch out. We don't want to get hit by Shockwave. Luckily, we do have a ground type right now, so we can deal with that. Why does it know Flame Charge? Jeez. I would have liked to find a Blitzel. I ran into one in a later route, but it was my first encounter with the route, so I couldn't catch it, but like, I would have liked to find a Blitzel. There we go. Good deal. She leveled up. Good job. Okay, onwards. Hey, this guy's just staring at the freeway. Good for you, dude. Live your life. I'm gonna get everyone on the main road first. Then I'm gonna go heal, then we'll head over to the desert resort to go and get those fossils. Man. The way you can really tell it's chugging is when you're listening to the music and be like, yeah, I know what that's supposed to sound like, and it's not that. My first playthrough Black and White, I had a, I always try to use the regional bird whenever I play through the game for the first time. It is chugging so much right now. We're gonna get out of the sandstorm, so it's not chugging so much. I always try and use the regional bird, and I did try and use Unpheasant. It was, you know, there's a lot of cool Pokemon in Unova, so eventually it was one of those things where I, like, used it for a while, but then eventually I just found other Pokemon I liked more that I switched them out for. But I remember I originally had an Unpheasant, his name was Kent, because it was off of, I was playing Fire Emblem Blazing Sword at the time. So I was like, you know, I remember I had like Kent and Saint or the Red and Green Knight in that game. I don't know, if they named anyone Sane, but I did name someone Kent because he was kind of like the kind of stern, a little uptight pair of the duo, as you always have with the red and green knights in every game. Now, see, I remember someone bringing that up before, where they're like, you know, saying that was a weakness of Fire Emblem. I'm like, no, at this point, it's like a strength almost, because Fire Emblem has like some. It knows what it is. It has archetypes for like a reason. They're like recognizable. I find them as kind of a comforting part of the game. It's actually when they start to go more away from the archetypes that I'm like, okay, now you feel like you're just trying to reinvent yourself because you can, not because you like should. Like, you know. Yeah, let's fight me, boo. And so, like, one of the biggest ones is obviously, like, you know, you have, like, the studious mage, you have, like, the tearful archer, you have, or shy archer, as you can call it. I say the tearful archer, the shy archer. You have, like, the red and green knights, you have, silver knight, the gold knights, which are usually your early game paladins. You have, or just your early pre-mode unit. You have, what else is there? There's one I'm missing. Sickly healer is usually one that you have. Like, Rock Blast can be troublesome because of it's like Fury Swipes, it can hit up to 5 times, so if you get unlucky, you could definitely have a big issue with that move. Kind of why I don't love relying on Arm Thrust. I would love to have a better move than Arm Thrust, but it's also the only one I have, so. It does more damage overall, typically, than something like Rock Smash would do. So I get a better fighting type move, that's what I got. Although it is odd, a lot of fighting type moves are either unreliable, at least before you get to, you know, like, they diversify the fighting type move pool a little bit. They're either unreliable, or they'll be like, you know, inaccurate, or they're... I hate Bide. But she should kill him. Yeah, right off the bat. And critical hit, just to make sure for certain that he dies. Timber and... let's see, right now we have Timber, Basculegion... I'm not Basculin. I'm trying to remember all my Pokemon. Herdier, to some extent, all the Pokemon I hate right now because I killed someone in my team. I don't think there was anything interesting over in this direction, so we're not going to go too far off the beaten path for now. Okay, fight me. But, like, so you have all the different, like, different archetypes in Fire Emblem. I kind of like it because it's... the way I like it is essentially being, like, you know, like, what you do with D&D class. Call this game a train without chugging. Very funny line. Although we are heading to Nimbasa, so this is the time for all the train puns while you have them. Since it's the most notable place with the train. Yeah, well, it's a subway technically, but it's a battle train. Kudos on them on doing a moving thing. Like, up until then you have, like, the battle area, the battle frontier, the battle resort. I'm like, I like the fact that when they did the battle subway, at least they were like, it's not just another name that essentially just means extra area. They're like, well, let's shake it up a little bit. Let's not just have it be another fancy name for battle house, you know? You have the battle resort, the battle tower, the battle frontier. I'm like, essentially all of these are just extra ways to say, this is the extra post-game resort area, where you can go and fight people. I like the fact that they go and be like, oh no, like, we'll actually name it something that, like, it sounds a little bit unique. So you have the battle subway. And it is cool that it does take you to a different location, so as you battle across it, you can actually travel to other cities. Because it, you know, it takes you to a different location. The only other time they use a train is they use the bullet train that takes you from, Johto to Kanto, which is, you know, it's cool, but it's also, like, you know, not very interesting. You're still pretty good in health. Let's keep going. I will save though. But, I just like the idea that they have, like, oh, I wish they did that in other things, like, you know, any other type of, like, battle that requires you, like, some sort of special, like, Like, they never did, like, a Battle Amusement Park, right? I mean, I guess it's kind of what the Battle Frontiers, but, like, something like maybe on a roller coaster or something like that, maybe on a boat. They have the Battle Tree later on, which I think is also kind of an interesting idea. But then, like, you know, they have, like, the Battle, Chateau, I believe is what it's called. Go through the gate and head straight. Okay. Let's see what we can do about that. So the desert resort. So are we not in the desert resort right now? I thought we were in the desert resort. Where's this area? Yeah, this is the desert resort we're in right now. So we're looking for the Relic Castle. But just, you know, the reason I think a lot of people remember the Battle Subway is just because it's one, you can't miss it. It's in the middle of a city. So like, a lot of the other extra areas are post-game things, so a lot of people like, I didn't even know. Now we have a different kind of sandstorm, because now it looks like there's Pepper on the screen. Okay, you're the guy who's gonna heal me, so go ahead and fight me first, but then I can come back to you and have you heal my Pokemon, so let's fight you first. It's a little stethoscope with a Pokeball, that's funny. Okay, Jerry. Let's fight. Hey, this is my first time seeing Solosis in this game. I do like Solosis. I trained the Reuniclus before. I think it's a cute Pokemon. It's just all jelly like. Lovely Emil. Well, this is the Mitosis guy. That's actually its evolution, Duosion. Mitosis guy is the next one. This one, right now it's a single cell. The next one's it's a double cell. That's the other thing that I'm like, people didn't like at the time for Unova, that it has, like, oh, they have run out of ideas, they're making a trash Pokemon. Like, no, the reason there's so many Pokemon based off objects in Unova is because Unova's in an industrial region. Like, its Pokemon have evolved in that regard, so they are more like objects, constructs, science-y sort of things. It's totally in theme with the region, the same reason that a lot of like the Pokemon in Alola are more Hawaiian creature themed. Like, people picked on Unova for stupidest reasons, just because they didn't like it was new. And it was trying to do something different. Like, no, the reason we have things like, you know, items and foods and like science-y sort of creations in Unova is just because Unova is the more industrialized region. It's based off New York. It's based off America. So it has, you know, Pokemon that have grown in those regions. So they've adapted to those environments, you know. It does make thematic sense. Which is not something I can say for every region. There are definitely some regions that are just kind of like, okay, I don't know why this was a choice, but yeah, this is what we're going for. Biggest one is like Paldea. Paldea, I think, is supposed to be Spain, but I don't get that off of its location, nor its Pokemon. I mean, I kind of get it off of its one main city where, like, the academy is, but, like, all of the other ones are just not terribly interesting to look at. Malin asked before that I could do, like, a Pokemon Violet Nuzlocke. I'm like, I could. I feel like I would just get frustrated with it, though. Doing Nuzlocks in an open world game is a little less interesting, just because routing counters are much more controllable. It's not as random based. And it's just like, not to mention, the open world games have a pop-in issue, so I could very much run into Pokemon I don't intend to, and can be stuck, like I did that in the regular game, where I'm like, you could be stuck in like a herd of Pokemon, and as soon as you run away from it, you run into another one. As soon as you run away from it, you run into another one, and that just got annoying after a while. That game chugs like nobody's business too. Okay, another Psychic type, I'm guessing. Woobat. I used to have a Woobat. He was too pure for this world. In level 23, things are really starting to jump up in level, that's for sure. Well, that didn't do as much as I wanted to do. do suggest to be careful. I've said before, but like Roost was a move that was definitely used a lot competitively because of its secondary effect of removing the flying type. So like if you were a Pokemon that was like slower than something else, removing your flying type might be good because then like it would last until the next turn, so you could like potentially lose one of the things. Or if you were a faster flying type, like Dragonite, you use Roost, then you can be like, well, oh, it used Imprison, didn't it? I missed that. I wasn't paying attention. That's fine. I got a quick back. I do believe that means that it can't use Air Cutter either, though, so. We're both not in a great position here. There we go. Takes care of that. Alright. Real Castle is in here somewhere, I just don't remember where it is. Oh, there's a Pokeball over there, though. Firestone! Nice! I don't know what I need a Firestone for, but I got a Firestone now. I don't think I have anything I can use a Firestone. You know, I know these are evolution stones, but it'd be cool if they had, like, any use outside of for evolving. Heh. I like he references go-go goggles, because those are, like, the thing that helps you go through a really rough sandstorm in Hoenn. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm from Hoenn, and my goggles aren't working here. That's so strange. Also, can we just say that this, sandstorm here just looks, again, it looks like there's just, like, I'm in a sandstorm of pepper. Like, the little, like, flakes here are just so, honestly, kind of distracting. Okay, let's go get this Pokeball. Fresh water! Nice! It's funny to find fresh water in the desert, I have to say. I'll take another healing item, though, and that'll be fun. Psychic. Gothita. I never raised the Gothita. I did face someone in a competitive battle once who used it as a gimmick Pokemon. Where they used a Gothitelle that had Shadow Tag and had it like have Trick to swatch like choice bands, like choice specs on something. It's an annoying gimmick Pokemon, but you know, it works when it works. That's the thing, is that gimmicks are kind of like, does that take real skill to use, though? You know? Or is that just, you know, annoying? That's why generally Shadow Tag is, like, banned in most cases. Because it doesn't really have, the idea when you're doing competitive is that you want the person to win based on, like, their own skill. And, like, you know, their ability to predict, and to read, to know the combat on their own. Look at my face, I feel like I have some red on my cheek. What is my skin? Ew. But, like, moves that essentially, are like a, you can't resist them or there's no strategy to counter them sort of vibes are usually banned because, like, then you're not really showing your skills as a trainer, you're just using, oh, here's the place with all the Darmanitan. And you get Darmanitan with Zen mode. Which is not really useful in any way, it's just, you know. Are you the guy that gives me the black glasses? Oh no, you're the guy. Well, soft sand. I can always give that to, I can give that to Gru. Just looking around to see, like, I want to get all the items. There's the black glasses. I knew the black glasses were in a pit somewhere. So essentially, the things that you really need for Sandile. Soft Sand goes and boosts ground type moves. Black Glasses boosts dark type moves. Darmanitan, they don't do anything now. There is an event thing that happens like post game that, like, if you come back post game and talk to them, then they'll wake up and you can catch a Zen mode Darmanitan. But and it's in that psychic fire form it has. Which is not really better in any way. Darmanitan's better when it's a pure fire type, but, you know, it's an option. You can choose it. I'm gonna actually switch to Hamilton so we can get through this watchdog fight faster. But Darmanitan also has Zen mode in its Galarian form, and that's the one where it turns into its. I don't know. It's such annoying. That's why I don't like Watchdog. It has Hypnosis, it has Confusion, it has Detect. It's a Pokemon built to be annoying. Why is it every time my Pokemon get confused, they always hurt themselves first? That's just annoying. Okay. You get one more chance to hit Hamilton, and then I'm switching it out. Thank you. I also find Watchdog annoying. Like, I think it conceptually is an interesting Pokemon. I like the fact that, like, its body patterns can glow and its eyes can, like, see through things. Kind of Luxray style, but, like, it's just got... It's like Golbats. It's got an annoying moveset that when you, like, run into it, you're just kind of, like, waiting for it to be over. I think I already fought you. Nope. Apparently I have not. No, I'm fighting him now. I'll go back over and talk to the nurse guy to heal my Pokemon before I head into the Relic Castle. We're just gonna air cutter each other to death, I guess. I will say Roost is a very useful move. Any sort of self-healing moves is fun. And we're just gonna... This is gonna be a long fight, guys! We're just gonna keep doing the same thing back and forth to each other. Till one of us criticals the other one, I guess. Oh, that's just being annoying. There's the critical hit. Way later than I needed it, but that's fine. I don't really need a Bargo. Bargo is a move that, like, never works. Because it's so niche. Like, you're never going to need to use Embargo. There's a Maractus. But, Sandel is my encounter for the Desert Resort, so... At least let me double check the map real fast. I count things by area, so I have to see if this is actually on a different map or not. I'm pretty sure I'm still in the Desert Resort, which is the same. Okay, let's see. Unova. Come on. Okay. I wish they had these in order, not in alphabetical order. Show me a map? I don't want a walkthrough, I just want a map. Route 4 goes up to the desert resort. Yeah, right, I know that. Desert resort. Essentially counted by if areas are counted as separate encounter locations. Okay, so, yeah, I think this still counts as the desert resort, so I've already done my... I was looking to see if I had entered a new area or not, so if I wanted to catch, if I could catch this Maractus, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm still in the desert resort, so I've already caught my encounter for the area. Should be Sandile. So I was just seeing if I was like... If two areas are like separate from each other, I'll count them separately. But I guess it depends. I can leave it up to chat too whether they would count that or not. I did enter a different location, so I do tend to break up large areas into chunks if they've been separated by like a divider or like they're clearly a different location. So. Well, but it died, so it doesn't matter anyway. That's fine. I was debating whether... I couldn't remember if this was, like, it's still counted as the desert resort or not. Because I was trying to look at the map and see, like, you know. Because, technically speaking, it's divided by this, this area right here. This little gate. So technically speaking, I could count this area that has the light sandstorm as separate from this area, which has the heavier sandstorm. But I killed it anyway, so I couldn't catch it regardless. So technically I could have counted them separately, but I killed the encounter, so that just means I don't get it. That's fine, I'm heading to the Relic Castle anyway. Which is where I'm going to go get myself a fossil. I also don't know what fossil I'm going to get yet. I can get Archon or I can get Tortuga. And I just don't know which one I want to get yet. Water type would be nice. It will be a water rock type. It's more on the defensive side. I believe it has the solid rock ability, which means it has super effective attacks, although it's also a water rock type, so it will take 4 times weakness to grass. It does not have any like it's not like Swampert where it has like an immunity to electric, so it's still going to have to deal with that electric weakness, so it's definitely not going to help me in the upcoming area. I can get Archon, which has, you know, again, has its own weaknesses. It has pretty bad defenses, but it's also faster and stronger. And it has Defeatist, so it means it's powerful when its HP is full, but when its HP is low, it becomes a lot weaker. So, you actually can visit this location post-game, where there's, like, workers who are busy trying to get rid of all the sand. Okay, I can't get there yet. And you can come here afterwards, and they'll give you, oh, there's a Yamask. I can catch that. Get Ghost type. If I can, I don't know if I have a lot of attacks that will be effective against it, but... Well, that's annoying. I'm gonna switch to a different Pokemon so she doesn't actually crit it. That would be annoying. Try and hit with a weaker move. Okay, Nightshade's also a bit annoying, but whatever. Smog. That shouldn't do a lot of damage. If it hits. Yeah, try and use Will-O-Wisp on my fire type. By all means. I still don't want to use a fire type move because I'm afraid that will kill it. I just want to get you into the yellow. There we go. So I'm also going to heal because Nightshade is doing a lot of damage to me right now. So we're going to heal first because we definitely don't want to lose Hamilton by accident. That'll be fine. We're gonna use that one. Heal up, and then we're gonna... I think we're in a, like a cave area, so we're gonna try Dusk Ball. Because I think we're in a cave. Or at least an area that counts as a cave. And Dusk used the Dusk Ball. There we go. Okay, we got a Yamask, a female one. So, anyone wants to offer up any names? I always love it. The Yamask are just inherently tragic because they're like, each of them carries a mask that used to be the face when it was a human. Sometimes it looks at it and cries. So like, spirits of dead humans become Yamasks, and then they look at their faces and cry, not remembering who they were, but you know. Seeing their old faces. Gosh, what's a good ghost creepy name? Do I know anyone who do I know any characters who are about death? Or who like are half alive? I'm trying to think. There are any characters I know that trying to think of any characters in like Genshin Impact or like Star Rail that are characters that are like dead but not dead. What's a good... Tharja, yeah. I can't take your name, though, because you know he'll die. You want... Yeah, you want her to die again. Oh, let me... How about this? Name her Elise. Pretty sure that's how you spell it. Let me double check before I hit A. Pretty sure it's with one L. Yeah. If you've played Fates and you know what happened to Elise, you know that's a fitting name. Anyway, so we're gonna go back to heal. And then one doctor guy. I'm also just kind of drawing it out before I choose which fossil I want, because I still haven't decided which fossil I want. On one hand, water type does give me advantage to deal with, like, ground types and rock types. That are definitely giving me issues with, like, you know, for my, my Tranquil and my Pignite, but... At the same time, it's also going to give me issues with grass types, and, it's still going to be weak to ground moves. It's still going to be weak to fighting moves, which I still already have issues with. Or also very... I hate places like desert and caves and water where any stuff can be dangerous and it's so stressful. Yeah. Well, the good news here is that I know not to step on the dark sand. And that gives me less encounters. What moves does she have anyway? Haze, Nightshade, Hex, Will-O-Wisp. That's not bad. And honestly, the nature's fine. Low special attack is not ideal because they get more special attacks than they do physical attacks, but also Yamask and Cofagrigus, its evolution, are more defensive Pokemon than they are attackers. This is something Mal and I were discussing the other day about ghost types. How, like, you know, when you're playing through these as a kid, you're just like, oh, cool, ghosts, they all have to be attackers. You know, they all need Shadow Ball and stuff like that, and you don't realize, like, actually a lot of ghosts are defensively built. Like, Bayonet, Dusknoir, like... There's actually a surprising amount of, like, defensive, like, it doesn't necessarily mean they're good defensive Pokemon, but, like, there's a lot of them that are, like, either built to be physical or built to be defensive. And you don't realize it when you're younger and be like, oh, but they all look cool, therefore they all have to have these tour moves. Oh, I haven't fought her yet. Well, now I'm going to fight her. Yeah, well, there's not a lot of great physical ghost moves, unfortunately. You have, like, Shadow Claw. Miss Mag isn't meant to be fast and special, I don't care what anyone says. I don't know if it's necessarily meant to be fast, but it's clearly meant to be a special attacker, that much is true. Your Miss Mag is just fast because you gave it like 50 Carbos. I think it's funny. I probably could have, you know, hand-waved a little bit to go and catch a Maractus for this area, considering it did have max speed enemies. I could have caught Maractus for this area, hand-waving it and being like, well, it's a different location, technically speaking, than, the other area of the Desert Resort, but then it, Hailea crit it, so. If you kill the encounter, then you can't catch it. That is a pretty hard and fast rule there, regardless. So I just don't get the encounter then. Yeah, I always remember I was looking at someone before when they were, like, talking about, like, you know, silly Pokemon game. But then, like, you know, think about what people go through to make competitive teams. You have to get perfect EVs, IVs, nature, egg moves, that's not assuming you want it to be shiny, too. Some people like having their team to be shiny, you know, like, there is, like, so much that goes into making a competitive team. Bayonet is... I love Bayonet. I had a Bayonet named Chloe in my last run of Pokemon Grand Coliseum, I believe. And, named after the Chloe from Detroit Become Human, because I thought it was funny to have, like, you know, a ghost like that. But, that's why I did her as. And in that particular hack, Bayonet was a normal ghost type. So it was all about physical attacks. Body Slam, Shadow Claw, you know, Shadow Sneak, like, normal, it was pretty powerful. She was slow, granted, so, like, you use Shadow Sneak to go faster, but, like, all about getting the critical hits and the physical damage. Best Bayonet is Morty's Halloween suit, because it's, yeah. I do like Morty's just Bayonet outfit in general. It's really cute. With Burn and Shadow Claw Mega Evolution, but meant as a condition site in which I think is smart to leave room for a special attacker. I had Bayonet knew 4 ghost moves, it was embarrassing to this day, yeah. It's more funny that I had both Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball, you're like, choose a lane. Other things, sure, but it's like the fact you had Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball. Yeah. I tried to get Morty in his Halloween outfit 3 separate times, and all I had to show for it is Acerola in her Halloween outfit, and Roxanne in her Halloween outfit, and Iris in her Halloween outfit. I tried repeatedly to get him, and I just kept getting all the other girls who I didn't really want. And I was like, come on, just give me the guy in his awesome mummy vampire outfit. Well, actually, when I started using Roxanne with Runerigus, she actually is a good unit to give support to her ground team with her vengeful Bulldoze, because once she has Sand Tomb, she can use that move for free as many times as she wants, and it lowers speed and everything like that. It's a useful unit. I use it alongside Ingo and Arc Suit Cynthia, and it works pretty well. Let's try Gru. Let's go for actually type advantage this time. But Yeah, I didn't want... I mean, Acer looks cute in Mimikyu, but I'm like, I didn't want that unit. And then, like, I got Iris, which was fine, but it was like, you know, I was willing to get her because I like Naganadel, but I was also like... Pokemon X would have Mega Evolution and Fairy Moon, yeah. Pokemon X, good time. I've started a few Kalos Nuzlockes. I just don't usually finish them because Kalos gets really boring in the middle. So I just get bored sometimes. Well, that's just annoying. How's my team doing right now? Do I need to run back to heal? Hey, Pokemon Legends ZA is supposed to bring back Mega Evolutions, so we'll see if they squander that or not, but it's supposed to bring back Mega Evolutions, so that means, I think, that they're going to give us new Mega Evolutions. I hope it's not just they bring back the feature. I'm like, no, if you're bringing back Mega Evolutions, I expect new ones. I need new Mega Evolutions, you know? I think I already got everything in this area, so I can head back to heal. I already fought that guy. I already fought the other guy. And I already fought that dude. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna go back to the healer guy, heal up again, head into Relic Castle, go grab the fossil. And then we'll head back over to, face Elisa. Because now, at least, we don't have 2 Pokemon that are weak to her Pokemon. So at least we have enough strength to go and take out the gym trainers. Okay, let's get back over there. Past the Darmanitans and heading on inside. Okay. Because the funny thing is you can actually return, you can turn to this location post-game, and that's the cool thing I like about Unova, is like, the locations open up because people have, like, had their effects on the land, so the workers here are trying to unearth Relic Castle. So by the end of the game they have, and you can actually come here for a Volcarona encounter. It's pretty cool. Fight these guys. Yeah, it is. The cool thing about Black and White 2, for instance, is that it shows the almost like a diverging path. So I believe... I'm pretty sure it's in White version that Unova does less industrialization, so nature is reclaiming areas. So areas like the desert, for instance, are far less industrialized. Like, a lot of areas have been, like, overtaken by nature in some ways. And I believe in Black 2, they have more industrialization, so there are more construction sites, there are more trucks, the desert resort area has been pretty much industrialized. And also I like in Black and White 2, like, they show, for instance, like, the train system has expanded outwards, because that was always the idea, is to link all the cities through a train system. To, through the subways and Gear Station in Nimbasa, and the idea that it starts connecting the other cities around. So, like, you have a different starter state in Black and White 2, and so the way you get to, like, you know, Nimbasa is that you actually are able to go through one of the new train stations that's in a further out town that's able to get you in further, and to show essentially that time has passed between Black and White 2. That's why Black and White 2 are the only true sequels in the game, because they actually are taking place in the same world. Time has moved forward. The heroes of the previous games have moved on. I guess you could also say that Gold and Silver are, technically speaking, a sequel to Johto, but Autism Train. I got my Autism Train down here somewhere. I think it got stuck underneath my Stitch. I got it around here somewhere. But, I always thought Sigilyph was an interesting Pokemon. It's not useful really in any way, but it's an interesting looking Pokemon. I always like reimagining it with a little bit more bird-like features. Okay, I'm clearly doing less damage to you than you're doing to me, so let's switch it around here. Oh, crap. That's way more damage than I thought I was gonna do. Okay, that's fine. Jeez, why does that hit so hard? And good job, Gru, but oh my gosh, why does that hit so hard? Okay, well now we're running back to the nurse guy to heal again. Oh, I forgot I can run into things in this area. This is like this area that Mallory was talking about where you're in an area that looks just like a normal area, like a cave. And yet you can run into encounters at every step and you're just like, I'm just trying to get to the door. Well, I guess technically speaking, I could just use dig. Forgot about that. Anyway, I love I love those little things to make the games more cohesive and like the little things matters. Also, Volcarona is awesome. Volcarona, hey, Unova had some really awesome bug types. Like, I'm not really a fan of bug types before this point. They all just kind of look a lot the same. Unova was the first one that was like made the bug types look different, and actually tried out a lot of different typings and stuff like that. Like, you got Scolipede, you got Volcarona, you got like Escavalier and Excelgor, you have Swaddle, you have what's the other one I was thinking of? There's another one I'm thinking of. What is it? Leavanny, yeah, we obviously have to have Leavanny. Dweeble, Caracosta. Not Caracosta. Gosh, I'm missing it. Dweeble evolves into, why am I thinking Caracosta? That's Tortuga. What's, Dweeble evolves into, I can picture it in my head, I just don't, trying to remember the name. Crustle. Yep, there you go. Crustle. There's a lot of very interesting bug types in Unova, oddly enough. So I actually, you know, this was the region where I'm like, if you like bugs, there's a lot of fun bugs in this region. Because otherwise, bugs have always just been the stereotypical weak early game Pokemon. Like, I love Butterfree, but, you know, let's be honest. Every region had its butterfly Pokemon or its early thing like Beedrill, Beautifly, Dustox. Like, the early game bug you could get that was generally pretty weak, and it usually was always like a poison type or a flying type. So it was nice that, like, you know, Unova's the first region that, first of all, Unova has very high level caps on most of its Pokemon, but Unova is the first region that has actually, like, powerful and capable bug types that evolve at high levels and actually are pretty powerful. Yeah. Although Vivillon would still stand underneath that early game bug trope, to be honest, though. It's still an early game bug. I just give points to Leavanny and the fact that it actually doesn't evolve at low levels, like at level 10. Like, most of them evolve at like level 10. And it isn't a flying type, it's a grass type. So it is doing at least something a little different there. But, I like Vivillon design-wise, but also it is just kind of Calips's Butterfree. So, I give points to Unova for being like, not giving us a random butterfly at the beginning of the game. It gives us, like, you know, we have like Venipede and Swaddle, which are both kind of more unique Pokemon. So I like that. Yeah, I just like Unova because it goes in, like, I like the fact that between the games it shows you the effect that it has on the region, how the world has changed a little bit. you know, the biggest thing is, again, I like the fact that the way that, like, you know, more towns are Rabambi's fine. It is different. It's it's a fairy type. Although it's a 2-stage evolution, so it's not like, you know, there are a lot of 2-stage evolutions, so I wouldn't have classified it in the early game weak bug category anyway, because it isn't an early game weak bug. It's a late game bug that's pretty in the middle. Although Rabambi's fine, I don't care for Cutie Fly much because it's kind of one of those things where I'm just like, I know you're trying to say it's a cute mosquito, but mosquitoes are still annoying. I'm never going to go into something and be like, oh, a mosquito, I want to raise that. Rabambi's cool. But Cutie Fly is one that I'm just like, yes, let's try and make an adorable mosquito. It's also one of like the tiniest Pokemon out there, so. I think the tiniest Pokemon still goes to, Baby. Because its size is actually its flower size. It's even smaller than its actual, like, known size. It's like, very tiny. Okay. This is the backpacker lady, I think, who gives me the fossil. So I'm gonna save before her. I'm not gonna talk to her right away, I'm gonna talk to this other guy first. Yeah, so like, if you come here and, yeah. If you come here later in the game, you can go down to the 2nd floor because he'll have cleared out the sand. So I like the fact that, like, you know, that's why I saved. I didn't actually mean to do that. My thing has, so I'm gonna just, reset real fast. I pressed the button too fast. That's why I saved, though, because I knew I was gonna do that. There's a little bit of a delay sometimes, because my game chugs. So. I'm gonna choose Tortuga. I'm gonna do it because I intended to choose Tortuga, not because I pressed the button too fast. Yes. Okay. So, options here are I'm gonna just look and compare the two of them here together, but let's see. Okay, so the biggest difference between them is, cover fossils, water, rock. I do think it's interesting in Galar they decided to not have the fossils be rock type anymore. But also at the same time, I don't like the fact that they gave you 4 fossils, and they're actually kind of difficult to get. Like the fact they changed, like, how the fossil Pokemon work, so they're not always tied to being rock Pokemon, but at the same time, I kind of prefer that they did like Kalos, where they just tried not to give us another water rock type, because there's so many of them. Like, if I had like, oh, rock dragon or rock ice, even if rock ice is the worst typing ever, Aurora's is still pretty good. Okay, so let's see, we have, so the biggest difference we have right now is essentially what I need for this team. So, also I'm going to have to backtrack because I need to go to the Nakarina Museum so I have to go back to 2 cities in order to revive it, which I'm willing to do in order to, you know, get another Pokemon in my team. So the difference here is, so Tortuga is a water rock type. I believe it has, I'm trying to find where it shows their stats. I believe it has the solid rock ability. So you get water, you're getting water. Is there one that just shows me the 2 of them next to each other? Okay. There's nothing that compares the two Pokemon right next to each other. Everyone's like, oh, this one will be good for competitive. Like, no, just show me the stats of the Pokemon right next to each other, so I don't have to look it up separately. Wooper is just cute. I do like Wooper. I raised a Clodsire in my Paldea playthrough. It's one of the reasons I actually got through that game is that I did like the Pokemon I raised. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have made it to throughout that game because the region was okay. There we go. So Water Rock. Rock flying. Can you show me their stats next to each other? I think that there would be something to be like, oh hey, here, look at the two of them. If people are just saying like, oh, this one will turn to this, I'm like, no, can you show me the stats next to each other? All these walkthroughs and all they say is like, oh, the Plume Fossil will turn into Archon and the Carver Fossil will turn into Tortuga. I'm like, I know that. Can you tell me maybe like their stat distributions, their growth styles, anything else to help me with this decision? Okay, so going off what I know, I've raised both an Archeops and a Caracosta before. They're both useful Pokemon. Caracosta's biggest thing is that I'm pretty sure it has the Solid Rock ability, which means that it, for some reason I cannot get anywhere to just look it up. I don't feel like going to Bubblepedia right now, so I believe Caracosta has a Solid Rock ability, which means half super effective damage. Although, then again, it also has a lot of 4-time weaknesses and 2-time weaknesses, so it does not necessarily make it a great wall. It is slow. It gets things like Aqua Jet would help with that, and it does learn Rock and Water moves. It's a slower Pokemon. And, so it gives Water-type coverages. There are other Water types in the game to find. Like, I obviously haven't found any yet, but, like, there are other Water types you can get along the way. Archon is a rock flying type. It's a very powerful Pokemon. It's a fast Pokemon. Its biggest issue is its Defeatist ability, so when it gets on half health, it's not as strong anymore. Although it also doesn't have great defenses, so like odds are if it's getting hit by something, it's not going to take a hit very well regardless. Its biggest advantage is things like acrobatics it can use without like and if it doesn't have like an item, can be very powerful move. So biggest thing is that Archon and Archeops can be very powerful wall breakers. They're very strong. So just all around good attack. And both of them give me Rock type, which is nice. Caracosta is more defensive, it's slower, but it can take hits better. So the question is, which one of those do I want more of my current team comp? My biggest issue right now is that everything I have in my party has a negative speed nature, except for Hamilton. Well, at least it doesn't have a negative speed nature, but Yamask is famously very slow. Cofagrigus is incredibly slow. So it has 18 speed right now. It's going to go behind everything. Gru and Hayola have negative speed natures, so they're not going to be very fast. And Hamilton has a plus speed nature, but Emboar is not fast to begin with. So, like, on one hand, Water type would be really nice. It'd probably be better to go defensive to get Tortuga, but on the other hand, I don't have any fast Pokemon right now. I don't have, like... I'm kind of leaning towards Archon just because even though it's another flying type, it's going to be very easy to kill by accident. But on the other hand, it'd be really nice to have something that's fast. It'd be really nice to have something that can hit first, because I keep getting hit by things that hit me first. So I'm going to look up their movesets real fast just to see what sort of moves they start with after you revive them. But because I cannot find anywhere that just goes and compares the two of them. So all of them are like, oh, the Plume Fossil turns into this. I'm like, no, duh. Tell me what moves it has. Yeah, it has Defeatist, which I know that. Also, the funny thing is, Archon actually also gets a boosted special attack when it's at full HP. But it just doesn't have a lot of special moves at this point in the game. It gets a lot by, when in Galar, it learns Meteor Beam, which is pretty powerful. So, let's see, it gets Wing attack, rock throw, pluck, ancient power, acrobatics, dragon breath, crunch, endeavor, U-turn. U-turn is useful. I had that ability. I didn't realize I had that ability, but I'm not. Yeah. We are very well versed in the nature of Unova. Also, it's Emmett's signature Pokemon, so me and Melanie know it just from Pokemon Masters. Dragon Claw. So it definitely has a lot of great physical attacking options. Obviously, special sweeper, clearly. Let's see, Carcosa. Yeah, it has the okay. It can have 2 abilities, so I could get unlucky here. It can have either sturdy. Nova was terrorized by my Gen 1 interface. I never played a Gen 1 game when it hit though. Yeah, that's the problem. That's honestly the reason that like the Pokemon series is probably not in a better location. Is that when Gen 5 came out, it was what everyone wanted, but they didn't realize it was what they wanted yet. So they all kind of trashed the game at the time. And Pokemon's company is like, okay, so we won't do that again. Although now we're standing at Gen 8, be like, man, Gen 5 was what we wanted at the time. We just didn't realize it because we were blind babies at the time. We were young and naive. Now, like, Unova, Black and White and Black and White 2 are usually lauded as, like, the best generation, at least in terms of what they're doing as games. So, like, it's unfortunate, really. But, so, let's see. So, Tortuga can have the Solid Rock ability, which reduces super effective moves by 25%. Or it can get Sturdy, which means it's not affected by one-hit KO moves. Or it can't, but that doesn't help me at all. Its hidden ability is Swift Swim, but it's not gonna get that from a fossil. So if I got a Tortuga with Solid Rock, that'd be useful, but I could also get Tortuga with Sturdy, and Sturdy's not useful. I mean, because it doesn't, like, in this generation, Sturdy's not useful because it only protects you from one-hit KO moves. In, later generations, I think, or maybe it is this generation. It might be this generation. Actually, now I think that I don't know. Because Sturdy in later generations was buffed so that if you're at full HP and you take a hit that would knock you out, it'll leave you 1 HP. You'll endure the hit. Although, I've still been getting screwed by that anyway. But, let's see. It learns... Bide, funny. Bite, Protect, Aqua Jet, Ancient Power, Crunch, Y-Guard, Brine, Smackdown, Curve, Shell Smash, Aqua Tail, Rock Slide. So it has a lot of physical attacking moves. It's more of... It has... Let's see... Its attack is definitely better than its special attack. Bad speed, obviously. Good defense. Bad special defense, obviously. Not the best HP. Let's see. Water, rock, dark, pretty much. Let's see. Water type gives me advantage against fire, ground, rock. But I also could catch a water type somewhere else, too. And Archeops attacks is 40. It also has 110 speed. That'd be nice. It'd just be... I think I'll go Archon. Archon's gonna be harder to keep alive, but it would just be really nice to have something that's not slow. Everything in my team right now is slow. And I just feel it's gonna be easier to find a water type later on. Like, even if it comes down to it, I get Basculin or something like that. Like, I feel like there are more water types available. So I'm gonna get the Plume Fossil. Now we're gonna backtrack to Nakarine to get it, so this thing, so we can get, it revived, because, honestly, I prefer that. Some games, the fossil is so far away from the museum that it can take literally forever to find, where you can revive the fossil. Like, it's Gen 3, I hated that was it Gen 3 or was it Gen 2? I don't know. There's one of the generations where the fossil location is so far away from the museum that Gen 1 is also bad about that too. Like, you get the fossils early in the game, you have to wait until, like, literally the end of the game to revive them. At that point, you're definitely not using them. But, like, I appreciated that in other games they later on did it and it was like, you know, let's have the museum close to the fossil location, so if these people want to use these Pokemon, they can use them earlier on. So let's go in go on that. So now we're gonna backtrack to Nectarine, which shouldn't be far. It's just across the Sky Arrow Bridge. It's not actually that far of a walk. And now that I have the bike, it won't take us long. We're gonna head back to Nectarine. We're gonna revive this Archon. See what it has. Probably get it the EXP share after. I would like to Grew to evolve. I don't remember when. I don't remember when. Krokorok. Sandile evolves in the Krokorok. I could look it up honestly, but I don't really remember when it evolves. I'll have to look it up. Okay. Let's head back over this way. I'm gonna forever be angry at Darumaka too, just because it was literally a waste of a counter in every way of the word. Like, not only were you a waste of having another fire type that I did not need, you died instantly. So you were truly the waste of the encounter. Like, I didn't even get to use you as death fodder. You just died. Which is the worst. Alright, so let's head back this way. I'm gonna head back to, assuming I don't run into 1,000 encounters along the way, but with due haste as much as I am able, I'm going to backtrack to Nectarine so I can evolve, so I can revive this fossil. Get on our bike, and we're gonna bike there. You know, funny also though that like they had like the bike is really just your way of moving faster. I always thought it was funny in Gen 3 how they give you like 2 different bikes. Like they got like the trick bike, like the one that does like the one that goes faster and the one that does like jump shot, like jump tricks and stuff like that. And I don't know if I ever used like the trick bike. I always was just like, nope, I just want to move faster. Running is too slow for me. I want to move faster. Especially because, like, you usually look for, like, a cycling road or something like that in order to, like, hatch eggs. Like, you get the bike, and then you'll just, you know... Like, see how fast the camera moves now that I have the bike? Normally when you're walking, this camera pans a lot slower because it's based on how fast your character's moving, but I like how now that you're, like, on the bike, the camera's panning, like, so fast. So I got wheels now. I only had to sell the soul of my Cottony in order to get this bike. It was not a fair trade in any way, but now I have a bike. Right. Almost there. Man, the amount of backtracking I'm doing right now to rebuild my team. Typically, I would be like, okay, I'll do these later. I'm like, right now, I'm like, I need literally all the help I can get. So I'm going to, I will go and backtrack to get more Pokemon in my team. Okay. Which one I use? The one that will take the fossils. Okay. Yes. Okay, let's see what we get. We got Archon. Let's see, what shall we name them? It is a male. I think I've only ever gotten male Archons. Let's see, you're flying... You're a little flying, I honestly kind of want to name him Emmett, just because I think of Emmett when I think of Archeops. I don't know, I can't remember. Is his name spelled with 2 M's or 1? There's like 4 different ways to spell that name. It's with 2 M's but only 1 T. Okay. Gonna name him Mehmet. Because that's the person I associate most with Archeops. And if I find a male Litwick somewhere along the way, I'll probably name him Ingo, so that'd be funny. Although Litwick I'm not going to encounter for a while. That's a few cities later. It's in the Pokemon Tower. Although it would be cool to get Litwick, I would love to raise a Chandelure. I've never raised a Chandelure. I think Maline did at some point, but like I've never raised a Chandelure. I do think it's a very cool looking Pokemon though. Okay, let's see what. Okay, coming in level 25, that's pretty good. Bold nature. Of course you would have a minus attack nature. I'm just gonna have the suckiest natures on this team ever. Minus attack plus defense. That is the worst possible nature to have on this Pokemon, besides negative speed. At least he's going to still be fast, but minus attack is the last nature you want on this Pokemon. Gosh, this run's cursed. One way or the other, this run is going to be cursed. How is bold minus attack? How does that make any sense? How does having a bold nature mean you have minus attack? Isn't that like the opposite? Wouldn't you want a negative defense because if someone's bold, aren't they someone who like takes risks and is not caring about the consequences? Wouldn't they be someone who would not favor a defensive style? Wouldn't they hypothetically be someone who would want plus attack because they're bold and therefore they go and like, you know, are like willing to take chances? Pokemon natures make no sense whatsoever. Anyway, I'm off to go train. I'm gonna head out to the desert resort for a little bit to, like, just... So if anyone has any particular topics they want to bring up... No, I want to... There we go. If anyone has any topics they want to bring up and talk about while I'm going to go and grind a little bit to go and get some more levels. Again, my goal right now before I head into Nimbasa is to get, I guess I could go into Nimbasa and see if there's any, like, other plasma grunts to fight. That'd be a little less boring. So I'm trying to get Hayola and Hamilton to, like, level 30 if possible. Level 28. I'm making Japanese... Yeah. There you go. Maline, we need to make curry again. Maline makes, that's the kind that we make, right, Maline? The Japanese one? Japanese curry? It's the... She uses the recipe from Persona 5. That has, like, the coffee and stuff in it. It's always very tasty. We haven't had curry in a while. Although we've lately had to have it, like... We took... Because there's a recipe you can get off, like, the website that is, like, you know, it's supposed to be the curry recipe based on what Sojiro uses. Yeah. I think Maline uses, we also use the thing from, H-Mart. Yeah. It's delicious. We had to stop using it with onions because, they upset our stomachs, but, it is always delicious. Maline turned me into a curry believer. Although we've tried a couple different kind of curries now. You know, I'm more fond of it. Yeah, carrots and potatoes is really all you need. Honestly, the curry flavor with potatoes is the best, especially if you cook them just right so they're soft but not crunchy. That's why I love that the most. Now you make me want to eat curry. Or play Persona 5. Honestly, every time we played Persona 5, like, we would make curry. And, you know, granted, we played through, like, Persona 5 repeatedly at this point, like 4 different times. So we've eaten a lot of curry. So whenever we do Persona 5, we eat curry. Okay, yeah, I don't think there's any items in that direction. Let me go this way. I saw an item from the road that I figured must be in this direction. So I'm gonna make sure I get all the items in this area. Great ball, thanks. Sandhill does have a cute little call. We have one labeled Vermont. Okay. I'm not sure what brand we get. Malin would know. I do not. Man, I keep leaving these things like 1 HP. Like, that is unfortunate. Yeah, if I'm gonna fight wild Pokemon, I have to do it in the Desert Resort. These are too low level for me at this point. Yeah, watch that sandstorm totally ruin my frame rate. There's another one over there, so we gotta get in that direction. One step into the sand and immediately get jumped by something. That's fine. Go be mobile. While you're switching between the two of them, it makes me look like I have more people watching. Let me tell you, when I started this run, I did not think I'd be using a Tranquil. But I'm kind of starved for options, so here we are. I do think actually a lot of the Pokemon that calls in this game are pretty good. Like, I do like Jarmaka's call. A lot of them are pretty, like, iconic sounding. Let me get through this tiny, tiny patch of sand to get to the other side. Just want to get to the other side so I can get that item. It's like, I can't see, so therefore I'm going to fight you. I'm like, that's... yeah, logic, I guess? Parasol lady in a sandstorm. Nice. That's the other reason I didn't take Carcosa. I really more need a grass type. I need something that can deal with water types. So I don't really need a water type. I need something that can deal with water types. So what I need is a grass type. So. Kinda sucks in hindsight that I killed that Maractus. I can catch a Maractus somewhere else probably, but like... kinda sucks I killed it there. I could have used a grass type. But I'm going to hold myself to the rules. I'm not gonna cheat. Not until I'm truly desperate, at least. So I can't go and fudge the rules and say I can go and catch another one, but... no, I killed the encounter, which just means I don't get the encounter. Besides, I went in there and got a Yamask and an Archon anyway, so... I'll find another grass type somewhere else. Maybe I'll run into it. I still haven't run into Swaddle yet, so if I find Swaddle in a different, like, route, I can still get one of those. I just can't get Cottony. And there are a fair amount of grass types broken still in this game. I don't know if I'm even gonna do the gym today, because honestly, I'm like, I'm looking at the time, like, we're almost at 3 hours already. And I still haven't even gotten to the gym. We'll see. I guess it'll depend. I'm like, I'll head to Nimbasa and see if I have to, like, some sort of quest before I fight the gym. So if I have to do that, then I might wait till next time, but, like, we'll see. Just, I'm still trying to fight off some sort of cold, I think. I've had a scratchy throat the last 3 days. And so, like... and I'm also going to be getting close to dinner time soon. So, like, my throat's just getting a little dry. So, we'll see. I might just do, like, some grinding, get my level, like, my team leveled up a little bit more. And then go in and be, and, you know, do the gym leader another day. So I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight. I've gotten more Pokemon, but I still don't feel properly, like, ready to fight her. Better to be over-prepared than unprepared. As has happened repeatedly to me so far. I like when you think about arm thrust, I like to think of it as about like doing like your little palm heel key strikes, but it's also funny to think of it as them just like slapping. Like how like double slap works. Like a water type could help me here, but I'm like, honestly, I really need a grass type. Because my biggest issue right now, or a grass or an electric type. I would also take an electric type. Do you know the Saws and Sawsbuck stands for summer, autumn, winter, spring? No, I did not. That's actually really interesting. Especially if that is true. Like, that's actually, I also just thought saw is like sawing down logs, like trees, but that's actually really cool. That's like why it's called that. I do think it's a pity that they never brought back the seasonal system in any other game. That seasons only exist in Unova. I think it would have been cool to have, like, we have the day and night cycle, and even then they kind of, in some games, they did try to work out the day and night cycle, but, like, I think it would have been cool to do seasons. And how things, like, change based on, like, the time of year, or, like, to have it that, like, certain, because they do have that in Unova, like, you know, there are certain locations that will be accessible or not, depending which time of year it is, like, if there's snow, if, like, spring, it might be melted, summer, it might be, like, there might be grassy areas, like, or it might be raining, and, like, that's pretty cool. Got any other interesting Unova facts? I'm always down for it. I'm the person who goes on Pulpipedia, reads the Pokedex for fun, so. Because I like making Pokemon characters, so I like going and looking at like Pokedex facts. But that's pretty cool. I did not know that. 10 points for finding a Pokemon fact I did not know about Unova, because I actually do know a lot of Pokemon facts, but I did not know that one. That is pretty cool. Now I want to go find a Deerling. Yeah, it'd be like a good, that's a grass type I would definitely love to find in this game. If I can find, I don't know where Deerling is, but hey, I would love to find a Deerling and add that to my team. I've always wanted to raise one. And especially, it'd be especially fun to do in Unova where like, because essentially without the seasons, Deerling's alternate forms don't really exist without seasons in other games. So I'm like, if I was ever going to raise a Deerling, I want to raise it in Unova, because then it's, you know, its forms would actually change with the seasons. My favorite version of Sawsbuck, I think, like, I usually want to go immediately to winter because I like its thick winter coat it has. But, I think I really like autumn Sawsbuck too, though, because I like it has, like, the falling leaves on its horns. Because, you know, spring's nice too. I like the, like, cherry blossoms it has on it. But I'm like, I think I would go fall Sawsbuck. I think I like the best. Winter is cool. But, I think I would want to go fall. Which, depending on how long this takes, who knows? The seasons might change. But, like, oh, there's a Scraggy. That's cool. I didn't know you could find those in this area. It's probably a rare encounter. Scraggy is an interesting Pokemon because of its, you know, fighting dark type. So, like, you know, something I ran into when, like, I was doing a dark type Nuzlocke is essentially, like, Scraggy can be a deceptively difficult Pokemon to deal with because it's a dark type, so you can hit it with fighting. But also at the same time, it's effective against, like, you know, other dark types. So, like, I tried to raise one for my playthrough of a dark type like Monolocke, and then mine died because it's a useful Pokemon to have if you're doing like a fighting type challenge. because it will be immune to psychic types. Problem is that it also has issues with other fighting types. And not to mention fairy type. Trying to do a fighting type challenge when fairy type exists is just twice as hard because Scraggy gets so screwed over by fairy types. Okay, I think we're almost at the end of this area. Macho worker. Oh yes, of course, dude. And more timbers. But that's also, like, for instance, why there's so many timbers in this area. Like, naturally, people who colonize the Unova region would become good friends with timber because of their, like, you know, their incredible strength, but also the fact that, like, they literally, like, naturally will go in, like, clear areas themselves because they're essentially, you know, it makes sense. These Pokemon evolve alongside people who are, like, doing industrial stuff, so yeah. Timber, Girder, and, like, Conkeldurr, they learn how to move, you know, they're construction site Pokemon. They're very useful in this region. Also, it's kind of a pity you don't see them really in any other region. Like, every region has Machop and Machoke as, like, movers, construction people, miners. You don't see a lot of timber around outside of the, Unova region. You think you... Swagger. That could be useful. Being able to confuse something is useful, especially if it's like a special attacker that doesn't need the attack stats anyway. Torment also can be useful, but Swagger can be useful. At the very least for the confused chance. I'm really trying to get to the point where she'll learn like Crunch or Bite or something, but... And there's the TM Torment anyway, so if I want to teach her Torment, I can do it anyway. I can do it later. Okay, now we backtrack all the way back. And then, I run into another encounter. And I go to Nimbasa, and I go... Let me go see if the gym is even available yet. I might have to do story... It might be like with, Lenora's, where, like, I can't actually fight her gym until I do a quest. Or, not Lenora's, Silent. The brothers in the beginning. You can't fight them until you do a quest, actually. So let me go see if the Lisa's gym is even open right now, because if there's not, I might just go and grind a little to get some more levels in my Pokemon, and then we might do the gym on another stream. Just because, you know. I don't really know any interesting type, but you know the funny thing you can do Celestial Tower. Depends what you define by funny thing. I know that, like, I know Celestial Tower is where you can, like, go ring the bell, that, like, helps the spirits of Pokemon. I don't know, what funny thing can you do in Celestial Tower? That's the only thing I can think of. I know you can see, I think you can meet Skyla there. You can fight in Celestial Tower before Elisa? Is it in the next city? If I end before... Oh. Sorry, it wasn't capitalized, I didn't realize that was the name. It's so hard having a character with single name. You fight N before Elisa. Okay. So maybe I'll go fight N, and then I'll do Elisa in the next stream. That's right, you have your date! I almost forgot about it. You have the date with N in the theme park. I almost forgot about that. The cutscene that launched 1,000 ship fix. Hey, that's why I'm like, N's a great rival/antagonist because they really make you, like, be curious about the guy by the time you get to the end. It's not like you fight him pure, like, Team Plasma's kind of right now acting like the typical evil team. You fight them, they're trying to steal Pokemon, even if they have a good, like, reasoning behind it. But I like the fact that N appears in a lot of locations in the game before you actually fight him in any sort of official villain capacity. Like, he is well built. You see him periodically throughout the game, he talks to you a lot. You really get to know him as a character, there's a lot of mystery behind him. Like, I really appreciate that they really build him up, unlike a lot of the other, like, evil team leaders, who are really kind of either just evil for the sake of evil, or they're trying to pretend that they aren't just, like, they're like Lysander, where, like, I promise you I have a philosophical reason that's important as to why I'm doing this, and then you'll be like, no, you really don't. You just want to say you do, but it's never really clear what you're after. Still not it. Cinder's done so much better in the manga. In Celestial Tower, the 3rd and 4th floor trainers can just turn by pressing the B button. Huh. Interesting. I love N because I was the female protagonist age when I played the game the first time. Celestial Tower is... Yeah, I know it's in Mistralton Sea because it's in the sea where Skyla is. I just can't remember... that's after Clay, right? Pretty sure Clay's is the next city after this. Yeah, because Elisa's that badge, then Clay, and then Mistralton would be Skyla. That is as far as I got in my white Nuzlocke. I got to Skyla, and then I didn't lose necessarily. I actually was playing the game pretty diligently, but my file corrupted. So I really couldn't go back and play it. Like, I literally have a, like, log in my Google Docs that goes up to me about to head into Celestial Tower to go get Litwick, because I had just lost my Cottony, so I was looking to get, like, another Pokemon to fill on my team. And, I just lost my file. So I never completed that white Nuzlocke. It left a scarring experience on me, because I was a Nuzlocke I did, with the, stipulation of no healing items outside Pokemon Center, so it was an incredibly hard run. But I came to really love the Pokemon I had in N's teams are interesting because each time you fight him, his teams are comprised. Yes, exactly. I actually brought that up the first time I fought him. Again, I love the subtle storytelling this game is doing. The fact that, like, N's Pokemon are always whatever the local Pokemon are, because the idea is that my way of, like, interpreting that is that he just essentially speaks to them, asks if they'll help him with his mission, and then, like, after he's done in that area, he lets them go. He releases them back into the environment and heads on to a new location. I like the idea that, like, the Pokemon just want to help him because he can talk to them. Like, so I love the idea that N's team always changes because it's whatever's in the local area. So, like, when we're gonna fight him up here, I believe he has, like, a lot of Pokemon that are, like, from the desert resort. That's just, again, subtle world building. This is why N is such a beloved character, though, is because, you know, we are still playing Pokemon Kid game, but Unova did have a story to tell, and its characters do have some depth to them. You know, like, this is just, funny enough, you know, like, I wish, if only Pokemon had decided to keep going in this direction. Unfortunately, then we got Kalos, which has a lot of fluff, no substance, unfortunately, because they spent all the budget on the 3D models, and you can tell that's where all the budget went. Okay, so we're gonna save here. And we're gonna go into here, we're gonna go have our date with N, and then we're gonna go fight him. And then I might do a little bit more grinding. I did not look up this game using only Pokemon who evolved by stone. Oh, that would be fun. There are a lot of Pokemon that evolve by stone in this region. I recently got into, monolocks have been really fun. You know, where, like, just because, one, it does, like, kind of force you to see the, like, strengths and weaknesses of certain types. And also you come to realize, like, a lot more Pokemon are, like, in a particular type than you once realized. There he is. Also, I like the fact that he's, like, you know, he's a rival. He's also an antagonist, but they make him just look like a regular trainer. Like, the funny thing is that, like, he probably looks that way just because, like, you know, he knows better how to be a Pokemon than he knows how to be a human. Like, strong autism vibes coming off of this guy. How can you help, like, loving him, you know? Like, he's like, you're looking for Team Plasma, right? Let me show you. And then he, like, you know, distracts you by taking you on a Ferris wheel date. I love that. What a cool guy. Again, I love Ferris wheels, the circular motion, the mechanics. It's like they're collections of elegant formulas. I'm just like, yeah, this guy's not... Oh, evildoer just followed. Thank you. I had notifications. I don't know why they don't activate. I wish they did. A thing to fix for another day. But, I like, again, N just seems slightly off. You can definitely tell he's someone who's like, you know, a little different than your typical character. And look, now we're staying at the first I must tell you, I'm the king of Team Plasma. I'm like, oh, okay, that's how we're starting this conversation. Nice. Very exact, very you know, literal. Guess he's asked me to work with him to save the Pokemon. That's a cutscene at the beginning of the game. Very well made cutscene too. I wonder how many Pokemon exist in this world. Quite a lot, buddy. I lured in. You're safe, Fire. There's no problem. You're part of the people we brought in to help us save the Pokemon. So you're under my protection as well. Go quickly and let my bottle cover your retreat now then best default my logic. I like the fact that he literally... That's why I also, like, give very strong autism vibes off of him, because he's so literal about a lot of things. But he's also a great, like, version in that regards, because I don't like the trope that, again, autistic characters... I'm also someone who's autistic, by the way, but, like, autistic characters have no empathy, and N's definitely something that spits in the face of that. He's very literal. He doesn't quite understand how people work. He kind of uses a lot of things, like he'll relate things to Pokemon or to mathematical equations because those are like the way he can understand it in his head. But he cares so much. He has such a good heart. Like, he is very empathetic in spite of that. He just can't quite necessarily, because of his very black and white views and the ways he's raised, and also the way that gets this is just pulling strings in the background, like, he doesn't quite understand how to, like, reason out those feelings. But, like, he does have very strong feelings. He is very empathetic. I like the fact that, like, why is he fighting me now? Not because he desires to, like, destroy me or stop me or something like that. He's trying to give, his friends, from his perspective, the other members of Team Plasma who are with him and under his protection, he's trying to give them a chance to escape. This scene was very well done in the manga, by the way. It ends really cool. He's already cool in this. But like he's like, again, he's so different from a lot of the like Pokemon villains. Like he's like, I know I can't beat you, but I'm just buying time so that my friends can get away. And he knows that going into this. Like, he never fights because he wants to crush you, or because you're in his way, or you're stopping his plans. He fights you to understand you. He fights you to protect others. He fights you to essentially uphold his own ideals. Like. What a well-done antagonist, Pokemon. Why couldn't you do this in any other of the later games? There's a reason N's so beloved. It's just like, this was something that has never been seen before in Pokemon before. And like they said, like, he has a lot of Pokemon there from the local regions. And he probably just went up to him and be like, hey, can you help me? And Pokemon's probably like, yeah, bro. Gosh, I love N so much. Such a good character. I like that when anyone ever says their favorite Pokemon in, like, the Unova region, he's always like #1. Because, you know, regardless of whether you're a girl, you're a boy, whatever, you have to respect this character. Like, it's well done. Darumaka. I don't really have anything that can fight that right now. I'm gonna let Gru try and fight it, because, you know... she's got type advantage. I'm gonna let her try. They're never gonna learn how to fight if I don't put them into a battle eventually, but I'm gonna let her try and fight. This one. Intimidate will be helpful too, because this thing's a physical attacker, so that'll make so its attacks okay as well. Let's go dig. We'll switch back Kalia. Like, I honestly could just go on about N for a while about how much I like really just like this character. It's very well done. And again, because the bar is like, especially that's why a lot of people don't even play like the new Pokemon games. They go back to the older games because they realize like, wow, you know, we thought the bar was on the ground before, but now when you see like the current games, and you'd be like, wow, we didn't realize we actually had it pretty good. Like, you know, Pokemon is a kid's game, yeah, we don't play it for the story, but isn't it nice sometimes when there is a story? Isn't it nice sometimes when there are characters? that, like, you know, matter. Now she's confused because she missed with air cutter the first time. That's fine. There we go. Your Pokemon look happy. I'm like, yeah, she's one of the two that survived this long. I hope she's happy. Oh, come on, girl. Okay, we're gonna switch. I'm not risking that. I could switch Elise in to not have to deal with Brick Break, but I'm afraid he has a dark move and that would probably kill her, so I'm gonna go with Hamilton instead. What the heck? Jeez. Okay, I'm just gonna heal, because I'm not risking that. Yeah, 50 would be enough. Jeez, Scraggy. Those critical hits will get you. I just need you to hit hard enough so I can hit in the next turn. There we go. I just needed enough HP that if he went first, I could take another hit. So we got Sigalith. We're going to try and do Gru for Dark type. Hopefully we don't get hit by anything harder than that. We're going to just try and go Dark type to not have to deal with like a Side Beam or something. Oh my... Okay, that's frustrating. Had the frickin' EXP shear on her this whole time. Chat can't name Pokemon anymore. Clearly that's just a curse. Alright. I was really hoping that wasn't going to happen. I knew there was a possibility of it. Really hoping that wasn't going to happen. I'd probably be more angry if she had already evolved, but... that's fine. I didn't need that anyway. I guess chat just can't name my Pokemon, because clearly that just puts a death sentence on them. Stupid critical hits. Not to mention, she's had the XP that share this whole time, so that kind of just, like, wasted all that time I spent leveling that up. Alright, fine. What do you have? Oh, over. Nightshade, Hex, Will-O-Wisp. I can try and put a Will-O-Wisp on her. Problem is that, like, an air cutter probably is going to kill her. Hail is too low on health to switch in very easily. I mean, I could put Hail in and heal her. Hamilton I can't put in because he's weak to flying. Emmett I can't put in because he's just weak. I'm gonna put Hail in and heal her. She's the highest level thing I have right now that can fight this thing. It's 80 points. Do I have anything that does 70? Yeah, you could have used that against my Sandile would have been nice. And you're confused again! Oh my gosh! Come on! I don't even know which of these is going to be more effective because Sigalith does have high H. Okay, we're going to go over Air Cutter and just see what happens. You better not hit yourself. Sure, why not? If you die, I'm not even going to be that angry because you're causing it yourself. Gru got one shot by a critical hit Air Cutter. By this Sigalith. Which I switched in because it's using Psybeam, and I was like, oh, well, Dark type. Gru is immune to Dark, is a Dark type, so immune to Psychic, in a hit with a critical hit Air Cutter. I can't get Hayola can hit with Air Cutter because she's confused. Again. Well, that was worth it. This Sigalith sucks. All the effort I went through to get a Sandile and lost it. Okay, well now they're using Whirlwind, so I guess whoever comes in is who comes in. Alright, Elise, you're in anyway. We're gonna try and put Will-O-Wisp on this thing. You might die. So I don't have anyone who can eat. I mean, I can switch Hayola back over to save Elise. It has a burn on it now, so that will do steady damage. I'm just gonna heal again. Does this thing have Magic Guard? Don't tell me this thing has Magic Guard. I'm just remembering that now. Sigalith has Magic Guard, doesn't it? So it's not even taking damage from the burn. I don't know, I haven't been paying attention close enough because I've been looking at my things. Sigalith has Magic Guard, that's gonna be just really frustrating. Yeah. Clearly it has Magic Guard, so actually burning it does nothing. Okay, knock it out. Okay, you've proven your point, and Pokemon battling's bad. Thank you for killing my Sandile. I can't get through these runs without people dying, can I? Quite strong. My feature, I must change that feature. Yeah, I can't be angry at you. I like how N doesn't even like necessarily say that I'm right, he's wrong. He's right, I'm wrong. He's more like, this is my ideal. I have the conviction to make my dreams come a reality. The only way to stop me is to prove that your idea is stronger. Essentially, like, if you truly, essentially, he's not even like necessarily saying like, which I think is also what makes him interesting as a villain, is that, like, he's not even saying he's right and I'm wrong. It's that he's like, if you truly think your way is better, then prove it. Gain the power to stop me. You know, if you really think that your way is better. I'm like, that's interesting. It means that he's not so opposed to his view being, you know, he's not necessarily saying that he's 100% right. He's open to the possibility of being shown something different. Anyway, that was both great and sucked at the same time. Let's buy some more cold drinks because clearly need more of those. I didn't even get to Crocorock. Stupid air cutter. Critical hits are just getting my goat this run. It's like I almost need to find something with battle armor so I don't have to worry about all these critical hits. Well, now it's really important that I train Emmett up because now I don't have anything else really to deal with those Emolga. I was hoping I could get Gru up to Crocorock and teach them, like, I don't know, some sort of rock move. But now I'm like, no, now I really have to deal with, I'm really going to have to go the rock type route with Emolga, which is something I do not really want to do. Because all it's going to take is one hit for me to, like, die because he's also weak to electric. But, like, if I level him up a bit more and get him stronger, then maybe I'll be fine. Well, got the soft sand and the black glasses for my sand dial, but now it's dead. This run is just, even when I'm having a good streak and I'm like, okay, I got new Pokemon, I'm doing better. Even when I'm having a good streak, this run will not let up an inch. It doesn't even give me a chance. Alright. Hey guys, we're almost in the double digits for the death counter. Isn't that great? I'm just a little frustrated because you're the one I've had the EXP share on this whole time. And that's all now kind of been wasted. Woohoo! Okay, jeez. I'm gonna put it on Elise because she's the lowest level right now. Get her at least to level 25, and then I'll switch it over to put it on Emmett. See if I can get him to level 30. The hope was there. I was feeling hopeful and optimistic, so it needed to humble me. What is with getting Pokemon and then I don't even get a chance to really use them? It's really been impressive that Hamilton and Halia even got to evolve because everything else keeps dying. Let's see, what level does... I'm just curious. Okay. Evolves at level 29, so I was like, I hope that she wasn't really close to evolving, because that would have really annoyed me, but I'm like, no, she wasn't close to evolving at level 29. She had a little bit of a way to go anyway. R.I.P. Gru. Clearly I can't let the chat name any of my Pokemon. Clearly that just sets them up for death. Alrighty then. Ain't that fun. Alright, well I'm gonna go and do my original thing, which was I'm going to go and get Halia to level 30 and then gonna switch out Hamilton to get him to level 30, but... That's, can't ever end things on a high note, can I? What is it with me getting last-minute deaths right before I go and do... Do love Nimbasa, though. I love... Oh. I didn't know that was the end. Whatever. Okay, we're now going to the Pokemon musical. Let's head to Broadway, guys! She's like, you were about to leave the city? Not. Go over here with me. Yeah, a musical's what as I grieve the loss of my Sandile, a musical's what I need right now. I do like the fact that it is, like, you know, like, they made it Pokemon musicals because this place is supposed to be based on Broadway in New York, so, you know, you can go a musical on stage and sing with your Pokemon. Isn't that fun? Cool, now I can go put bows and stuff on my Pokemon. I don't think I ever did the Pokemon musicals, honestly, though. But then again, I didn't really do them in any of the games. Mallow did those more than I did. I don't know if Mallow never did Pokemon musicals, but... like, I never did, like, contests and stuff like that. Okay, who do we want to dress up? So we'll dress up Elise. I have to use the... oh, great. Use the stylus. Put a little on the side. What else we got? Give her a little maraca. Actually, no, there's a parasol up there. I want the parasol. I'll do the parasol instead. There we go. Let's do this tiny bow. There we go. Got 2 bows and a parasol. That's pretty good. Okay, I don't really know how Pokemon musicals go, but I guess I can go try it. I honestly don't really know how you play the Pokemon musical. Sure. I'll do Elise, and I'll use the same outfit I did a minute ago. I'm not sure what any of these are, but, oh no, this one sounds fancy. We'll do that one. I've never done Pokemon Musical before, so this is literally me just figuring out for myself right now. Like, I assume you compete. Popular show among women. Nice. Okay. That one there. The little one there. Put this on your little hand. Is there anything else I want? Not really. I got some bows, and I got parasol. Yeah, that's probably pretty good. We'll go with that. I have no idea what I have to do. I hope this isn't like a rhythm game or something. Because that's hard to do on a computer. Are we doing like a love story or something? And we're just like, they're like dancing. That's cute. I like that everyone has like the cute little, they have all these cute little Pokemon, and I'm like, and I have a ghost. I don't know what I just did, but I guess my umbrella's gone now? I do like that, like, one Mincino has a cape. I would love to get a cape. I don't know how you get other accessories, but it's pretty cool. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be playing anything in this game mode right now. I think this one's holding a lantern, is that what it's holding right there? This one's got like a little thing. Like they have all these like cute little like early Pokemon. I'm like, now I got a ghost. It used to be a human. It gets sad when it looks at its former face. Sure. I'm not sure exactly what I had to do with that. I just dressed them up and I did the musical. I'm like, okay. That was an experience, I guess. She's got Croc Rock. Oh, another one of these dancer guys. Just dancer bro hanging up. Yeah, I assume there's some, like, sort of, like, method to how you do it, but... I hate to brag, but we're rich. I know there's, like, probably some, like, order to how you do the musical, I just... I don't know anything about... I barely know anything about contests. I only ever played contests in, Whereas. So I don't actually know how this works. Anyway, that was cool, I guess. Oh yeah, this is the part where she's arguing with her dad. Also, I like that you have this sweet sentimental music in the background because you know this is a serious conversation. There's Lisa. Oh, don't worry, Lisa. I've already learned plenty how tough her journey can get. This is also why Nimbasa is my favorite city. It's for 3 main reasons, and definitely one of the biggest ones is there's a lot of cool story moments in this area. You have obviously the Ferris wheel date with N, but you also have the whole scene with Bianca and her dad and Elisa is being really cool. Like, I really like that. It's pretty cool. I like the fact that, like, again, there's this whole, like, kind of implication that, like, Bianca's not necessarily a natural at being a Pokemon trainer. She's struggling a lot, but also the fact that she's like, but I want to keep trying to figure out who I am and what I want to do in life. The only way I'm going to do that is that I go out there and maybe I fail, but, like, at least it'll have been my choice to do it. And I like the fact that her dad's like, yeah, being a Pokemon trainer and on a journey on your own is dangerous and scary, and I'm worried about you, and, but she's like, I like the fact they bring up these conversations. You don't have these sort of character interactions in games before this, like, it really is, it's nice to see those moments where they're like, you know, being like, not everyone can go and be like the player character and become the champion. Like, you know, some people are just out there to just get out of the house and figure out who they are and stuff like that. Like, that's pretty cool. I love that. Okay, so the Battle Subway is this way. We can't actually access this place yet. I won, then I lost. Your station has trains where you can battle other trainers to Battle Subway. You're a trainer, aren't you? Please accept this without word. Oh yeah, this is the point tracker. This woman in mystery is leaving. I'm like, okay. Thanks for giving me something random. I don't think there's anything I can do in here right now. Because, I'm definitely not appropriate level. But you can access a couple different towns through here. I think the biggest place is you can go to Anvil Town. Which is a place where, like, the place they go to, like, service trains. But there's also, like, some items there. But yeah, you can't access all of them yet. But it's cool that in the next game, like, there's, you can come here and there's, trains that go to other towns. It's essentially like Grand Central Station, this gear station. Clearly is being based off of. So, I'm not going to Elisa's gym yet. But I think Nimbasa is a cool place because you have the cool scene with Elisa, you have the stuff with Bianca, you have the whole thing with N. Like, there's a lot of fun stuff in this city. I just, like, I don't know where the gym is. I'm just trying to figure out where the gym is so I can know going forward. Oh, Macho Brace. Don't really need that, but... I remember when I was younger, I never really understood how the Macho Brace works. Okay, we don't need to head to the next route. I'm looking for where the gym is. I'm trying to figure out where the gym is so I can know where it is and find it later. Because this is the musical place we just came out at. Is it this building in the middle? There's a football player next to it. No, that's the stadium. Is it this one? Nope, that's okay. Where's the gym? I'm assuming it's not out here because this probably goes into the next route. Nope, it's not there. I know I fight Sharon over there at some point. Where's the gym? I feel kind of dumb right now. So the subway station's over there. These are. Is it in the theme park? Did I walk past it in the theme? To be fair, I just got hijacked by N, so maybe it's in the theme park. Oh, is this the gym? There we go. Just wanted to know where it was so I can find it later. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm just gonna go and do a little bit. I think I'm gonna get Haeolia to level 30. And then switch around for Hamilton. And then we'll go from there. I'm gonna go back over near the desert resort to get to level a little bit more. But I'm gonna save fighting Elisa and till next time because I'm already kind of gone pretty far and I don't want to. I definitely do not want to rush her battle. I don't think it's gonna be easy. Because I no longer have a ground type. I was being so careful too. I just unfortunately was unlucky enough to get a critical hit. And really, you can't do anything about critical hits. You can be the best or worst person in the world, but you can't do anything about the RNG. The RNG doesn't like you, that's just how it's gonna go. You're just gonna suffer. See, in there, I got a critical hit. We should remember those we have lost today. Yeah, I know, right? May they live on in our hearts always. Exactly. We lost Firefly and we lost Brew. Both very important people to my team. I just feel bad. The crew never really got didn't get much chance to even really fight a whole lot because they were on the EXP share the whole time. I was trying to get them high enough level to, like, that's why I was keeping her in the back with the EXP share, because I don't want you to die. But also, you know, I need a dark type to fight Sigalith, because Sigalith was doing so much damage to my team. And it was confusing my Pokemon, and I'm like, well, maybe I won't have to deal with that Psybeam if I go with a dark type. Which hypothetically would work, but for some reason it went for Air Cutter, and some reason it got a critical hit. Like, Brew probably could have taken that that Sigalith out if she had hit first. You know, because Dark type, physical attack, probably would have knocked that Sigalith out. It wasn't at full HP. But I got hit first with a critical hit Air Cutter, and what are you gonna do about that? She was at full HP too. Like, there's nothing I could have done in that case. I tried to make a good guess. I tried to go in with my... I mean, she was higher level. Okay, now this thing's just taunting me. You're just here to rub salt in the wound, aren't you? And I can't get away, but it's going to use Whirlwind on me. I try to run away. It uses Whirlwind, cannot get rid of me. What do you want from me? I'm gonna try and quick attack it to death. I like how it's using Whirlwind to, like, get me to run away. I'm like, I tried to run away, you didn't let me. I would have even captured a Sigalith if that was my first encounter, because I don't dislike Sigalith. It's just Air Cutter as a move is difficult to deal with because of that high crit rate. And I have nothing that can really... unfortunately, my other most powerful Pokemon is weak to Psychic. That's the biggest issue Hamilton's fighting type gives me right now, is it's weak to Psychic, so I don't really have any means to deal with Psychic types right now. Because I don't have anything that resists it. I did have a Dark type, but then she got one-shot crit by an Air Cutter. That's just... It's so frustrating when you get a critical hit from 100% HP, because you're like, well, then there was no way I could have survived that. If I, at full HP, couldn't survive that, then what could I have done? There was literally nothing. I wouldn't have switched out in the first place if it wasn't that Heolia would have gotten damage from that confusion and stuff. Good for you, Elise. I'm just... After all... There's a Dweeble. I wouldn't have mind running into that for an encounter. I do like Dweeble as well. I raised one once. Because I didn't get a Sandile in my, No, I did. I had a Sandile and I had a Dweeble in my White Run. Those were my encounters for the routes. So I actually did have I had my Dweeble, and she actually was pretty powerful. I did enjoy using her. This thing's determined to outspeed me. I'm like, you don't need to try. My team is very slow. So I actually do like Dweeble. I've trained it. I've raised it. It was a pretty capable Pokemon. She was a good wall. So I wouldn't have minded that for an encounter either, but just not meant to be. Clearly. That was the thing that helped me most when I was facing like those Emolgas, is I used Smackdown. Which is a very useful thing in terms of getting flying types out of the air. Which is the biggest thing you need for Emolga, is that Emolga is, you can't deal with its ground type for electric type because it's a flying type unless you use Smackdown. Hamilton leveled up. We're trying to get Heolia to level up though. I'm getting Heolia to level 30 and then we'll call it after that. That's going to be my cutoff point, is I'm getting the Heolia to level 30. Because she's very close to it. It's a nice even number. I won't even bother about getting Hamilton at level 30. I'll do that in my next stream. But, I like it. Imagine people coming in and out of these, streams as, like, you know, in the beginning and end and being like, I promised you I had more Pokemon, they just died during the course of the stream. I promised you I used to have more, and now I do not. The Sandstorm isn't helping anything, but this is the highest level thing I can fight right now, so... I don't want this to be a long and lengthy process, then this is what I gotta go with. I could go and train with the Pokemon that are on the routes out of Nimbasa, but then, you know, I'm trying to leave those encounters for after Elisa in case I need to replace more spots in my team. Of course it did. Stupid sand attack. So essentially, in a lot of ways, the desert has been a bust because both the encounters I had from the desert, I didn't even make it to Nimbasa with. Jamie Davis died instantly. Gru unfortunately died to N. They never even made it to Elisa's gym. That's the whole reason I wanted them, is that there's a lot of good encounters in... Elisa's gym is hard, but you can get a lot of Pokemon that are effective against hers in the desert. Which makes things a little easier. But, like... I didn't even get them to the gym. They died before that. Just that stupid Sigilyph. But it could be a Sigilyph, it could have been a Woobat, it could have even been a Tranquil. Air Cutter is just a pain in the butt sometimes. If you don't have anything that can, like, resist it. Because that high crit rate will just get you every time. I don't know, I'm not sure. They changed the mechanics every couple of generations for how criticals work. Like, in some generations, criticals have your defense, in some generation it's 2 times the damage, in some generations it's 3 times the damage. Sometimes it's 1.5 damage, you know. I don't remember exactly how criticals work in Black and White. I do think that criticals hit harder in Black and White than other generations. This is kind of like why Fire Emblem games like Fire Emblem Fates are harder. It's not necessarily because the game itself is necessarily too much more difficult than other Fire Emblem games. It's because the RNG in Fates is a lot more strict, a lot more unforgiving, and the power levels in Fates just make it so that, like, when you miss and you miscorrect or you misjudge, yeah, big consequences. Unfortunately, I can't speed it up either because, like, you know, if I fast forward this thing while it's already chugging in a sandstorm, I'm afraid the whole thing would just crash, honestly. Okay, heal my Pokemon. I don't honestly know if it's better to be here or to go in Relic Castle. In Relic Castle, the only encounters are, Yamask and Sandile. I don't think... There's another Sigilyph. Not even gonna bother trying to run from this one. I'm just gonna go right to trying attacking it. I don't even really hate Sigilyph as a Pokemon. Even because, like, it's not explicitly a bad Pokemon. I just don't have really any good means of countering Psychic types or Flying types right now. Because my Pokemon that could deal with that are not currently strong enough to fight. Like, I have Elise, she can deal with Psychic types, but she's just not strong enough yet to fight in battle like that yet. And then, I got Emmett, who will be good when he's, like, has a few more levels because he'll have the Rock type, but he's not strong enough yet. He'll get there. I'm keeping him alive one way or the other. I'm seriously getting tired of my things dying. Like, everything staying on life support EXP share until it's, like, level 27 at this point, because I'm like, clearly, I mean, Gru was 3 levels higher than that Sigilyph. It was level 22. She was level 25. Like, she should have been fine. She wasn't persistently, like, that low on HP. She was full HP. Didn't necessarily have that bad of defenses. No type effectiveness. And she died anyway. I let her out from the life support, the EXP life support, and then she died. So now, from now on, like, everyone's going to be on EXP life support until it's, like, level 27, where I'm, like, distinctly sure it's going to live. Oh, man. Let's see. So we lost 2 Pokemon in this thing. There was some fangirling about N. What else has been accomplished today? I got 3 new Pokemon, and I've lost 2. So that's a net gain of 2. Which I guess is better than facing Elisa with only 2 Pokemon, but still not. This run has still got me in a twist, that's for sure. It's also the most boring part of any Nuzlocke is when you're like, new Pokemon, let me go grind. I wish there was somewhere better to do it too. I mean, I could go in Relic Castle, that would mean I'm not in the Sandstorm at least. Maybe I'll go train in Relic Castle because at least I won't have to deal with Sandstorm damage. It's a little bit farther of a walk to get back to the healer, but at least it won't take as long with the Sandstorm. I mean, we got Yamasks in there that do Nightshade, so let me just see how much EXP I can get from, like, the Yamasks in there. Getting about an average of about 100 or so from the Pokemon out here. Which is not taking me anywhere fast, but if I can get more in these areas, then maybe I'll do that. Funny, Elise has also been taking so much damage because the defenses of JMS are definitely not horrible. I mean, she doesn't have a lot of HP yet, but like, she keeps taking so much damage every time I try and pull her out. Like, we went through all the effort for her to put a burn on that Sigilyph, and I'm like, oh yeah, it has Magic Guard, I forgot. So burn's not even gonna do damage to it. I miss Firefly. I missed her being able to use Stun Spore and Leech Seed and stuff like that. That was so helpful. I guess this goes a little faster when we don't have to load in the Sandstorm every battle. So we just do this until she runs out of air cutters. Or until she levels up. I always like it whenever you're doing a Nuzlocke run. The ones that you expect to live always die very quickly. The ones that you don't expect to last very long are always the ones that live. So don't show any particular affection towards any particular Pokemon because they're the ones who are going to die. I'm just going to cut down the local Sandile population. My Sandile died, so therefore all Sandile need to die. I do really like Sandile as a Pokemon, though. When I did my Mono Dark Lock in, Shield? I think it was in Shield. I did get a Sandile from the Isle of Armor. Very useful Pokemon. I think I even got one with Moxie. I don't know if they had Moxie or Infinity. I think it had Moxie. But, very useful Pokemon. It has a really nice, moveset. Nice attack. Its abilities are both great. Both Intimidate and Moxie are both great abilities. It has nice attack, decent enough speed. Like, it was definitely one of my key members I got for that team. Because when I was doing my Mono Dark Lock, I ran into, unfortunately on the way to Stone's side, I ran into someone with a Sock and a Throw. The weirdest Pokemon names, but two fighting types essentially, and I had one. It was using bulk up or something, and it like used it twice, and then it just like almost swept my entire team. Like it was a very near miss that my entire team wasn't wiped out, but that like one Pokemon. Like I think it was was it using Payback? It was using some like basic fighting or like revenge or something like that. Almost killed my entire team of dark types. And so after that, I was literally heading to like fight the fighting type gym leader, you know, so B. Because I like making it hard for myself. I'm like, let me face the version that has a fighting type gym leader while I'm doing only dark types. And like all my fighting types died, except for like 2. And so I went to go to the Isle of Armor instead, be like, okay, let me go collect a couple more dark types, because the ones I have right now, I have like 1 left. So like the biggest ones I had to go and get is that. So I got like Urshifu, dark type form, who didn't even last that long. Like I got him and I used him to fight B, and then he died. Which was unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. Fortunate part about being a dark fighting type, it means you're also weak to fighting, so I got Ponar, so I got Bisharp, which was Bisharp's I've had a lot of good use with Bisharp in competitive assault decks when I ran as a steel type Elite Four member in my college's league. So I have some fondness for Bisharp. What else did I have? I got Zoroark, because Zora is something you can get on the Isle of Armor. I got Krokorok. And then I got some other dark type. I got Malamar. Which is also useful because, again, you're looking for things that are not weak immediately to fighting type, so getting anything that has psychic type advantage was very helpful. And I'm not even a huge fan of, like, I don't really care for Malamar either as a Pokemon, but I was kind of like, hey, beggars can't be choosers. I need a psychic type. Everything else I have has died. And I think I got... Did I get... I think I got a... I don't think I ever got a Mandibuzz. No, I did have a Mandibuzz. She died somewhere along the way. Not in that gym, but she died later along the way. But, like, that was, like, flying type, psychic type, whatever you could get your hands on in order to deal with that fighting type weaknesses, because there are so many fighting types. That was the biggest thing a mono type and mono dark run taught me, is that there are a lot of fighting types and there are a lot of fighting type moves. Almost everything has like Rock Smash or Karate Chop. Especially in the early game, there is a lot of fighting types. So I just ran into problem with that. And also just dark types aren't very defensive in the first place, so like they're fine enough attackers, but like the problem is a lot of dark types have pretty shallow move pools. So it'd be like I have like a bunch of dark types that only know dark moves, and maybe a couple of them might know fire moves or poison moves or stuff like that, but like I certainly was not having, there was not a deep pool for other things. Like I had Carvana, but it died. Unsurprisingly, it's not a very, it's a fragile Pokemon, so I never even got into Sharpedo. Did I have a fire dark type? I don't know if I ever had a Houndoom. I had a grass dark type, I don't remember which one it was. What is it? What's grass? What would a grass dark type be? Yeah. That's what it was. I had a Shiftry. Yeah, that's the funny thing about doing a mono-type run, is that you go and realize, like, oh, I totally forgot this one was a dark type. That is also kind of the fun thing about a mono-type run, is that it's not so much based on encounter, it's based on what you can get. So, like, if there's only 13 dark types in the run, that's how many dark types you get. That's how many Pokemon you have. You cannot be like, oh, like right now I'm going to be like, I went to a new area and got more Pokemon because I was running low. No, you have this many Pokemon to use, and that is it. When you run out, you run out. Yeah, I think we can get Healia to level up before she runs out of air cutters. Again, once she's level 30, then I'll sign off, go get some food. Well, yeah, just wait a little bit, then I'll go with you. Typically when you say that, you usually mean I'm like, and we're running out the door, actually right now. I'm lowering the Sandile population because mine died.
I
Really?
didn't see that and I was like, sad.
But it's also, it's just those deaths that you could do nothing to prevent. Like, it was not reckless to put a dark type in against a psychic type. Oh, down here, yeah.
Who wants this?
Malian does paintings.
$10. Take it off for $1. Who wants it?
It's a glass painting of a Charmander.
I'll give it to you. Who wants it? And I'm afraid, so I was like, actually, if you want it for $5, I'll give it to you for $5.
Now I'm just tired of looking at it.
It does have a frame, so it's really breakable. You want it $5.
What if you went and threw it out window into shards, then reassembled it? Oh, no doubt.
Mostly done for painting. Who wants it? This is what I have to say.
Marcy was saying something about Woopers earlier. Okay, this should be the last one. After I finish this EMS, I should be done. Then I'm gonna I'll take a break, we'll come back hopefully stronger. I'll go and grind. Another day that's not this one, I'll go grind some more. Let me ask, do people want me to grind off stream? Well, because the biggest thing is like, you know, some people are like, well, you could cheat then. You could go and grind off stream, if things dies, you wouldn't actually have to do it because there'll be no recording of it. So I'm like, how honest do you want me to be? Because I'll grind on stream if people prefer I grind on stream, but also I understand that's very boring. So if you want me to go off stream and be like, I'll go train my Pokemon off stream, then I'll do that. Okay, so Hylia is now level 30. Switch you out with Hamilton. And then when we come here next time, we'll be training Hamilton to level 30. And getting Emmett and Elise to like level 27 or 8 at the very least. Before we go try and fight Hylia. Not Hylia. Elisa! Why did I say Hylia? We'll go and try and fight Elisa. Honestly though, with my track record, I might not let Emmett off life support until he's level 30, honestly. Because I'm so worried he's gonna die. Archon's such a fragile Pokemon. It's very powerful, but it's fragile. So we're gonna save here. Alright, so 2 more characters died. Firefly, RIP, I'll miss you, sweetheart. Like, honestly, losing hurts. I'm fighting in the background by him signing off. I'm just doing this while I'm talking. We beat Sharon. Somehow, we beat... Gosh, Siglifs. We beat, Why can't you leave me alone, bro? Why can't I get away from... That's the thing, I keep trying to run away from Sigalifs, and then they use Whirlwind. I'm like, I will leave if you'll let me. You don't even have to blow me away. I will leave. I will choose to run. But we managed to go and fight N. We fought a little bit of Team Plasma and killed my Sandile, who I just caught. And we went through an emotional moment with Bianca. It was great. So I'm like, this one clearly doesn't have Magic Guard because it's getting hurt by the Sandstorm. This one probably has Wonder Skin or something. Not every Sigilyph has Magic Guard, just conveniently the one N was using had Magic Guard. Which is a really useful competitive ability because it gets rid of essentially all passive damage. So, it's useful in its own way. But, also every Sigilyph I've run into is female. That's also kind of interesting. But, yeah, so next time we will come back. I don't know when I'm going to be coming back. It might be tomorrow, or it might be Saturday, or it might be Sunday, or it might be Monday. I honestly don't know at this point. Whenever I feel properly motivated and full of gusto and confidence and positive feelings, that's when I come back to this Nuzlocke. Because it's nothing but pain every time I do this. That's when I'll come back to play the Nuzlocke a little bit more. I don't know what day that's going to be, but it's somewhere in the next few days probably. But I might pop it on, but that necessarily doesn't mean I'm not going to stream. I might come back on to stream again. I honestly kind of enjoyed playing my challenge modes on Star Rail and just yapping for a while. And I might come back and do a crochet stream. I've just, you know, just not been doing that lately. Because again, working with a cold, a little bit of sore throat, dealing with that. But I'll try to stream tomorrow if I can. It'll depend on how busy I am. Lately I've been just trying to really crank out some crochet stuff downstairs, so I'll be back at some point for that. But obviously, you guys let me know. And people on our Discord and stuff like that, I've been putting that in the chat, trying to be like, you know, we have a Discord where people just chat and we just are a bunch of like kind of nerds talking about games in Sonic and Pokemon and sometimes Genshin Impact. So, you know, if you want to join our Discord, feel free to go and put it out in the chat. Anyone who was able to show up, anyone who enjoyed watching my pain as I continue to struggle through this this process of beating this game, hopefully, maybe. That's what we're here for, is for content, I guess. But thank you for those people who were able to chat, those people who were able to lurk. I enjoy every one of you, and I'm glad that I'm able to join me on this journey. Otherwise, I feel I'd be in an echo chamber dying alone. But it's been fun. I make it dramatic, but you know, I enjoy doing Nuzlocke. I do enjoy doing this. It's always a new experience. It's really re-cements why I love Pokemon and why I like this particular region. So I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to go and eat some food, and come back maybe tomorrow. So thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you guys all next time.